So, hello if you're watching this on YouTube. This might be the first time I've ever streamed something that isn't a speedrun that's going direct to YouTube. So, this is the AGDQ2026 GeoGuessr tournament. Starting off, the first couple matches have their feeds swapped, which doesn't super matter in just an analysis case, but yeah. All right, let's get started. So this was the very first match between MAWHNA and Soup. So again, the feeds are swapped, so Soup is on the left, MAWHNA's on the right, but again, we're just looking at the actual rounds here. So let me know if the volume's too high. I'm going to put it down a bit just preemptively. But so yeah, it's me and Richard on commentary. And so yeah, first round, I guess before anything, you have these dashes. I remember this one was, I think, Netherlands. These dashes you get in Netherlands, but they're usually shorter, which is interesting. These are more reminiscent of like a Norwegian dash, but the whole landscape is just not right for Norway. So okay. So yeah, immediately pausing. So down right here, you have this little bollard. It looks like the Australian bollard, but you get that in Netherlands and Turkey. So I mean, with this and the dashes alone, it's pretty obvious that it's Netherlands. I think this sign. I should get a laser pointer. I don't know how to do that, but because my cursor is very tiny here. There's a sign in the background that's like a Dutch sign, but otherwise, you don't really reach and guess Netherlands in a world map. You kind of just click middle, and you're probably right. So yeah, these blue signs are Netherlands.
Which are more indicative of like Norway. This is definitely not Norway. Looks like
other than that,
yeah, is that a yellow plate?
there's not really much. Yeah, there's kind of a yellow plate. It's fairly hard to see, but this is definitely newer coverage. It almost looks like low cam, but
this one makes the most sense.
yeah,
really
just
I'm looking at the
Northish Netherlands maybe because so flat, but again, it doesn't really matter. So let's see where they went.
Netherlands. So let's see where the guesses come in.
Yeah, so Belgium and region. I think they were in like roughly the right. I'll skip ahead.
I should also set it up.
Each round was 2 minutes. Once one person guesses, the other person has 15 seconds to go. So might do a little bit of skipping just to get through this.
New Zealand that disappears.
And then Soup.
So yeah, middle Netherlands, maybe not north, but I mean they were close enough. They were within a country or two, so
North France. Soup's
not too bad.
Closer. It was the Netherlands.
All right. So I'm definitely commentating the wrong person because I thought the feeds were correct, but oh well. Next one. I mean, USA. Trees look right for USA. Double yellows. Power poles aren't anything funky, so there's a chance it's Canada, like Nova Scotia or something, but almost definitely US here.
Some obvious clues, and I don't think there are any here. So
yeah, this round kind of had nothing.
There's a chance it's Canada, probably not. But
middle
like
south. The guess of northwest here is not really good, but the oh yeah, this one was Western Tennessee, I think, which that was a good guess by MAWHNA. So this Canada guess, I mean, this whole area is like the Rocky Mountains, so you don't really get flat landscape like this. So
it is West Tennessee, I believe.
Yeah, so actually really good guess with Tennessee here. This area, maybe not so much because it's the Appalachian Mountains. You get very mountainous, Smoky Mountain terrain, but it is still Tennessee, so I mean, you get the state.
Barely. So Soup with some pretty good points there.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder why everyone's live the week after a major event. I mean, I slept all day, so.
What do we?
This one, I want to say this one was Bolivia. I mean, kind of a hard one. I think I went back and forth between Bolivia and Peru here a bit.
We have a mural. That's cool. This one I'm interested to see if they get.
What are some of the first things?
You have a striped pole here, which might lead you more towards Peru. I don't remember exactly where this one was.
Looking at here.
But
the ground, the general vibe of this. I mean, my first thought's Bolivia. So you have the short license plate.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. This just says Potosi, and that put me over to Bolivia. So that striped pole was a little interesting. But kind of just like the more, I don't really know how to describe it, Bolivia. I mean, you have the white car, which neither of them really know, it seemed, or really looked at. But the kind of hard to see on the left feed, you have these like hexagonal ground tiles, which you get a lot in Bolivia. Not particularly in this city, but in a couple others. And they're just kind of like the narrowish feel of like a city center. roads kind of
That says Potosi.
makes more
Potosi
sense.
is a town in Bolivia, so I mean, I just
You know
clicked
where
there.
that is?
Yeah, it's like south
Oh, okay,
central
that's-
Bolivia.
So they definitely get South America here,
And I
but
want to say these like hexagonal tiles
Tiles.
on the ground, those are more
yeah.
there.
I've had a couple of rounds in Potosi, and this kind of just looks like that.
Car, the Google car as well is this white one that you have in the back, and you get that in Bolivia among other places. But
And,
Alright, let's see where they went.
yeah,
I basically
let's see where
just
MAWHNA
explained the
goes.
same thing I just
Also looking
explained.
at-
So North Argentina, I mean, not horrible. I mean, you kind of have the mountains there, but not as much dry. Like, if you kind of look in the background, you have some fairly dry mountains here.
Argentina,
But
actually.
you do get those
Look
up
at
in
that.
Arch. So
So
two Argentina guesses. It was in Potosi. Just if you know the name, you know it.
Soups
Otherwise,
get points here. I think that was in
you kinda
Potosi
just
even.
get the region.
So yes,
All right.
ones where
You know, when I was doing practice with you yesterday,
This
I was sad
one-
when I was getting unpaved roads.
I don't remember what this one was. You have a lot of the pines here.
I don't
don't remember if this one was Chile or New Zealand. This is one of the 50-50s.
So generally, you have some more urban areas or like less middle of nowhere. So there is stuff here. You're not in like a middle of the desert or something. This one could go several ways. This could be like Chile or New Zealand.
I do think it was Chile, though.
or-
So the
I
guesses
don't
of
know.
U.S.
We have the sun
and
in the
Russia
north,
are
so it
not
should be the
really.
southern hemisphere. I think both
Well, we're
players
both
are in
in
the
northern.
north
Oh
hemisphere.
yeah, sun was north, so
I
that
think
makes
this is
sense.
Probably not going to be
Gonna be
a
a
lot of
walk,
points.
yeah.
Yeah, there should not
Yeah.
be a lot of points here.
Not really much to go off of other than
Honestly,
just having pine trees. One person didn't guess, but it literally doesn't matter because they were in like Lithuania or something. Yeah, sun north pine trees. Generally going to be South Chile or I guess New Zealand. I don't really know if there was much to really differentiate the two. There weren't any polls or any like major infrastructure clues for that one that I could have seen. But yeah, the vibe was just that region, you know, this kind of like latitude band where both South Chile and New Zealand are.
U.S. That was South
So-
Chile.
That was so far south.
MAWHNA ran out of time, but it didn't
At 20
matter.
points, it's fine.
It did not matter. So
All right.
for the
Yeah.
multiple,
This one, wasn't visible to me on commentary, and it's definitely not visible in this stream, but you definitely have a distance sign here. I don't know if the players probably would have been able to read this. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't. Even if you don't know the country, you can still get a vibe of the language. On the right side, you have this bollard and also these short dashes, which almost certainly puts you in Sweden.
players, we are
Yeah.
closer. This
Yeah, you
is
can't really
five-gate,
read that.
Technically, this is just going to be Sweden with these short lines.
And
There
then
was a
you
word
have this
number
Hostbo, but
and
that's like, you're
some,
never going to be able to find that. Both players did get
towns
Sweden,
and
which is
their
interesting.
markers.
I wonder
So
what
both players are in Sweden.
wonder what they
Look
knew.
Yeah,
for that. Maybe just language.
You're probably not going to find this Hostbo thing, but the other towns on that distance marker you should be able
Yeah,
to
I'm
find,
interested.
given
Yeah,
the
you
Or,
can
far
look
away.
at the.
I wonder why they
the
didn't
biggest-
use that like big
biggest
distance marker.
because that's probably the biggest
It
city.
should
One of
be
them
the
went
biggest
Denmark,
city,
but
they're both in Sweden.
Well,
Right
there's
vibe.
one
It's
in
in
Denmark,
If it's
actually.
North Sweden, MAWHNA gets okay points here. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not bad. I
that's
mean,
kind of where I would just click
we
in
have
Sweden
both players,
anyways
so
without
MAWHNA coming
much
in
other
all
information.
not a
Three.
flawless.
This one, I don't remember this one.
This one.
Japan? Yeah,
That's
just Japan.
Japan.
Japan with like
Other
no info though,
players
and
are
it's
Japanese.
There's,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
no info here for Japan.
you have a
to be
plate
fair.
right in
So,
front on this left feed, but like, I don't think that's anything. I think that's just like a
so
regular
is in
NTT
Hokkaido,
plant.
which is the North Island,
They
and
both
MAWHNA
get
is in Honshu,
they both
which
get
is the
Japan
main
though,
island.
which is
Could
cool.
be.
Going more north,
That's a mostly
so I
language
don't-
guess, but they basically guessed the
not a lot
same
of points.
region.
It was
I don't know why they guessed Hokkaido. Maybe just vibes or something, but I mean they got a good guess, so that's good.
Hokkaido.
Ooh, very nicely
Is
done.
that enough?
That was it for the first game.
Nicely, but it is a best, and we're basically just.
I love commentating over my
Rejoin.
commentary.
Rejoin.
Alright, they got it rejoined. Simple Nigeria follow car. Very dry. Go middle or north. I think I say the exact same thing here.
Alright, good enough.
This one's a really easy round if you know the follow car.
Advantage, but
Huge
like
blur,
5
though.
seconds. This is going to be Nigeria. You have a police car following you, and you got that in Nigeria. Kind of simple.
There were a lot of
know it.
incorrect
Specifically,
Africa
I don't
guesses this
know. It's
tournament.
very dry, so I don't want to go central or north.
I don't
I mean,
know why. I mean, Africa
there's
is
a lot
fairly
of
hard to
players,
learn,
not
but
too much
basically
to
every
go
country
off.
has their own
Soup
distinct
is
car
in-
meta.
What?
So yeah, this north, almost Kano guess is good. Kano only has shit cam, which is not this, but I mean, if you know it's Nigeria and you know it's very dry,
Was in
go
Kenya,
northern
it's not
half and you're
Nigeria.
close
One
enough.
is in Senegal.
And yeah, the Senegal guess is honestly not too bad if you don't know the follow car, so solid.
It is North Nigeria. Okay.
You can read
Cyrillic
this.
here. Yeah, that doesn't
Um,
really mean much.
Cyrillic, yeah,
So,
nothing really here.
question is this Russia or Ukraine? Should be Russia, given the lack of.
This one
like,
was
anything on the
interesting. I
license
think this one
plates.
was Max East Russia.
There's like
I
a Ukraine
don't-
flag on Ukraine.
I guess without really looking at the cars, I can't really see. I'm pretty sure the steering wheel's on the right, but I guess there's just a lot of like Japanese brands. So there's like a Toyota, whatever this one is, as opposed to like Central European brands, I guess, which might lean you towards the East, which this one was, obviously, with prior knowledge. But other than that, I'm definitely not good at vibe guessing Russia, so they both think they both went Russia, but both on the wrong spot. Completely.
This
Yeah,
in
there's
particular, I
basically
have
no other
idea.
information.
Russia's fairly difficult. MAWHNA over in Kharkiv.
Yeah, you can
in
definitely see
Ukraine,
the
which
steering
is
wheels on the right in this
pretty much on
van
the
here,
border,
but
this should just be Russia.
yeah,
Oh, it is
basically
Max East Russia.
Vladivostok, so
Over in
no points.
We have language.
Yeah, this just says Montenegro. I mean, I don't know if Tivat is actually a place, but I mean, you see Montenegro,
That just
just
says
click Montenegro.
Montenegro,
It's small
so-
enough, so.
If you know where that is, I think you
that
just
makes
click
this
there and
one
move
easy.
So
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
one of them
I
gets
want
it.
to say Tivat might just be a town.
I don't.
Um,
Yeah, the other person
That says
doesn't.
Porto. Does that mean port? Perhaps.
Probably, most likely, yeah.
So it's
Where do
gotta
they
be on some
go?
Water,
MAWHNA
I would
doesn't
assume.
super know where that is. Soup is in Montenegro, so this might
They-
be it. If
Yeah,
They
I
kind of
think
just
this,
made a guess in Morocco,
weird.
which I mean,
MAWHNA's close
they sound
enough that it
similar,
shouldn't
but
be-
yeah, basically a 5K here, and that's just game. So click Montenegro when it says Montenegro.
Oh, it
Simple.
is. And for that
All right,
one,
next
we're
game.
okay then, to stream everything.
We have
It's
Richard
Here we
and
have certainly
Wander.
Europe, but
Okay. Just wanted
Alright,
to see the
so-
name. I think this one was just Turkey. I mean, it's not obvious, but I don't really know if you get this like type of building elsewhere with like the little balconies. I
going
mean,
in here,
I
we
definitely
have-
associate that more with Turkey than anything else. I don't know if there's any other tangible info.
Interesting. This is almost certainly Europe, but
Unless this one wasn't Turkey, I don't know. But
there's nothing there. There is a little bit on the license plates. So typically, you want to look for like the blue strip. On the
somewhere
license
Eastern
plate
European,
to
I
know
think,
if
is a
you're in
safe guess regardless. And I don't think we have the feeds
somewhere
changed
east makes
yet.
sense.
So Richard's on the
Maybe
right here.
more South.
I'm pretty
We're
sure.
looking in Austria, which I'm not confident in.
Yeah, so the South Russia guess, I mean, it was North Macedonia. There's really nothing to get North Macedonia there, unless like you super know. But this Russia guess isn't too bad. I mean, you have the Eastern European vibe. It's like not Mediterranean, but it's not Mediterranean. Like it's not like obviously cold or something. So not a horrible guess.
It was just North Macedonia. They kind of just
The Austria guess does get more points
a
though.
little bit of points, but not much. Yeah, I was gonna say Eastern Europe makes more sense there. Just kind of the general vibe.
This should just be Romania. Yeah, you have the super chunky holy poles. It's and the
Again,
dashes
Europe,
you
we
get in
have these
Romania as
huge
well.
poles that have
That's
holes in them. The large
fairly
ones
obvious,
are all
honestly, if you know
exclusively in
poles.
Romania.
So
You get them as well in Poland and Hungary,
Yeah.
but the very large ones, like the very chunky ones, are in Romania. So Richard's in Utah for some reason.
yeah, so
And,
Romania, pretty easy.
Wander does get close enough. So
Not much there. This one was interesting.
actually,
You have this car, which is Costa Rica, Panama, Kenya as well. Kenya, you typically have a gray SUV following you in a case like this. I don't think there was one here, but I think this one was still Kenya
is
actually.
Interesting. This is either Kenya or Costa Rica.
Good 50-50 from me. I think it was this guess that I was like, the feeds must be swapped, because Richard would not be guessing the DRC, given that that's not a country GeoGuessr. So yeah, it was Kenya.
It was Kenya, and the DRC guess is correct.
Just the big Africa hedge still
Let me
wins,
take a
but
look real quick. I think these feeds are over.
I was like, something's wrong here. So, uncommentated round, I guess. You have the typical India shit cam. Other than that, I don't think there was any text in this round. I don't think I saw anything here. Yeah, Richard just clicks middle India, and then that's kind of it. I mean, there's maybe vegetation or something. They both go India, but honestly, just click middle, and you're good enough. Yeah, it was all the way up in Sikkim almost. Like I don't know how to get you that one. That's a tough one. Almost on the border, or basically almost in Bhutan too. So this one, Swedish text, yellow sign, Sweden. I don't really know if there's any other info, but they.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, there's basically nothing else.
I
So
believe the feeds are swapped.
simple
so
Sweden.
Richard should be on the right game and vice versa.
Yeah, and then we
swapped.
patchwork it
this one
together
is
to
just
get
Sweden. They're
the.
both in Sweden. Cool.
Like I just step back, look at it for a second, and it's like, all right, Sweden. And yeah, it was. This guess was interesting. This like border guess. I don't know about that one, but you have the country
It
at
was
least.
much closer to stop. And they started.
Okay.
Here we're gonna be in the Dominican. Pretty sure.
Yeah, so feeds are still soft, but so this is the first out of 3 rounds that were in the DR, and I think I was the only person to actually get Dominican Republic correct. Like everyone had the right vibe of like Caribbean or like southern or northern South America, but no one actually got it. And I don't know, I said it 3 times or twice before that my round. So, but yeah, for those who don't know, you have the bars on the side of the car. You have this little like rubber like black inlay on the bar that you get in Dominican Republic and Mongolia, but they're so extremely distinct that this is just Dominican Republic. Thanks for the follow as well. But yeah, something that looks like this without this rubber, you'd get Guatemala. I think Guatemala also has mirrors, so this is a distinct car for Dominican Republic, basically. But they didn't get it, so unfortunate. Yep, just northern there. So basically, in Dominican Republic, there's 2 towns that are covered. There's Capital, which is down here, and there's Santiago de los Caballeros up here. It's hard to differentiate the two because they're the same country. If you are in an open enough area and you see a big hill to the north, you're in this one. If it's just flat, it's here. But I mean, that's inside GeoGuessr, which I did use later on, so that's fun. Also, hello everyone on the television in your apartment. I'm in my room, in my house.
Yeah, there are a lot of countries that have their own specific car.
All right. What was this one?
This is not one of them.
This one was tough. So yeah, and Richard's on the right side here. Zooms into the only possible info, which is this house, which looks vaguely alpine. You have mountains otherwise.
But this is the newer coverage that Google has done.
I'd go Austria here, and I think Richard went Austria. And yeah, that's all I get.
Maybe like Slovenia, Croatia, but that could be very wrong. I'm not sure. So we have a feed.
Very
it's
particular guess. It takes a while. Yeah, just middle Austria. If I can get the cat in here, I will show him. He is not here right now, but he gets fed in like an hour or now. I don't even know, but yeah, this Austria guess is solid.
It was Austria. Looks right. As we go.
What is here? You have a Czech or Slovakian bollard. That's kind of it. I know Richard insta guesses the border, so
and a lot of Slovakia
simple.
have hills.
The other person didn't guess, which is unfortunate, and that did it for the set. So here we actually changed the feeds to be correct, which is nice. And also I'm playing. That's me. I get to commentate my own match and what I was thinking, if I can remember. So here, I noticed that the headphones were only outputting into the right ear. That was fun.
Yeah, now we have
did
MAWHNA
fix it,
versus
but
swooce. Join me.
okay. So yeah, feeds are correct now, so I'm properly on the right side.
You want to join?
I only ever played under my account
Come comment.
because of other reasons. So I mean, probably the easiest round in the game. Like I still didn't 5K it, but you're in Oklahoma. That's whatever.
So
It took me a while to find the interstate sign. It said you were near like 44. Yeah, it took me forever to find this sign, but otherwise, I mean, I tried to line something up, didn't see it. Close enough. Doesn't matter. It's round 1. This one was weird because the 20 like split. Because I was on the 20 like way north, and then it just like follows the 44, then goes down more. So whatever. The US is weird like that.
Again, not a lot. Oh, we have some short.
This one you can't see on screen, but there were some towns here that I was able to read. They were Italian. You have like the blue sign with the white text, and Italy uses a like distinct font for their city signs as
Plates
well.
with
So,
blue on both
This
sides.
feels America.
and then yeah, you have the Italian front plate.
Yeah,
So
so
just kind of a
blue on both
confirmation
sides
for me.
means it is
And I think I
Italy,
just went north because
so
it
you
was
will,
flat. There were
notice
some
that.
mountains, but just looking for any other info. These towns were too small to be able to find.
Wonder J here.
So I didn't really get
Went for a few
anything.
days. When was it?
Yeah.
Pipistrello and
Just north.
Yo-Yo.
First yo-yo.
Yeah, good game in my opinion.
Yep.
I will
Looks like Swooce
talk
is
over the
getting Italy
commentators. I'm
here,
sorry,
and
Richard.
then, honestly, not that far away in France as
Oh,
well.
What was this one? This
So,
one just Canada.
Nicely done.
Canada versus US. You have like the single yellow line in Canada more often than in the US.
Was that a Tetris piece?
But then this does say miles per hour, so that does kind of confirm US. It felt enough like Canada that I wanted to go closer to Canada. And I think we both did. We both had decent guesses here. This just
we are in North America
had a
here.
Canadian vibe to it,
As
but it
someone who
was
grew
the
up in
US.
New
So
England,
On here.
yeah, I went New Hampshire. I think they went like
Swooce,
upstate New York or
you're trying to
something.
dox me here, guessing within 30 minutes of where I used to live in New Hampshire.
Yeah, so it was just southeast Maine. So
And
decent
it
guesses
ends
from
up
both
being
of us. Just Maine is Canada light when it comes to what it looks
Maine.
like.
But, yeah, both players not that far off. Don't fault them for.
US again. There was actually a lot of US in this tournament, which I don't remember what the weighting is. It shouldn't be that high, but I think I had a lot of US rounds, especially with like 3 in this one game alone. But these bollards are something. I think they're just like upper US, like Montana, Dakotas, and Wyoming.
Getting that.
I
So that's
believe.
a very good guess from both players.
You got English on the sign there.
There was
Right,
basically
yeah.
no other info. I was trying to see if there was like a town name or something, but
This seems very
really not
American.
much.
Yeah,
They
this
just
seems
click middle of the
very,
country,
like Western
sure, but
somewhere.
yeah, that bollard should be
Yeah, I feel like I only know really
northwest-ish.
northeast in New England because
so I think that's where I click. I think I went
I would
Montana.
assume this is like the Colorado area.
Okay.
Based off
I don't know
my
why I was
limited
thinking
knowledge of the
Canada.
area.
I don't think it should have been.
Yeah, this is definitely very plainsy.
I definitely
plainsy, turning
emoted
into
while on
mountainy.
screen
Yeah.
by
Could
hovering
be
over a
Kansas.
bunch of
Rides
stuff.
in there, yeah.
Anything else? Yeah, not really. I think it was just like South Dakota. Or just middle
We are
Wyoming.
in
So yeah,
Wyoming, the middle.
Good enough.
To get
right around Casper. First non-US. This one stumped me for a bit. I knew it was Middle Europe, just from the vibe, but the actual country I wasn't sure on.
Yeah,
Like
now
there
I'm
was no
trying to see what
poll
that
meta or
says.
anything.
yeah, I can't
The
tell.
only real thing I got was this sign on the right that's like half hidden. Began with HR, and Croatia's name in Croatian begins with HR. So that was really the only thing I had going. And it was correct because of that, but I guess relatively
So we're
quickly.
going to Europe
Govina?
area?
I think it was Croatia, right?
Croatia? Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
So yeah, I was happy about that one because there was basically no other info other than the
Now,
HR.
mine is still
So that was
holding
cool.
on here, so
There's still a chance it can turn around.
yep.
We're at the 1.5
Next
times
round.
damage. Oh, we're at 2x now.
Were we back in the US for like a 4th time? Yeah, I think this was US again.
Is that T and
With
L
even less
going?
info. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking here. Just US,
very
think looking at
small,
plates or something, but there was really no legible words or
Small
anything.
towns. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a rural area wherever it is.
For sure.
Why did I go Oregon? Oh yeah, I saw pine trees. I saw these pine trees and it was like, you know, desert and not really desert, but like Great Basin vibe and like farmland and also pine trees kind of puts you in Pacific Northwest. That was kind of a lob. I wasn't really sure about that one, but I think it was reasonable.
Guessing in Oregon here. Iowa, I don't
Yeah, it was South Canada. I mean, that was a tough one.
That is Canada.
does end up being Canada.
That was still enough to
Not
win, so.
one players end up.
Game 1. On to game 2. All right.
We have an unpaved.
So back to this car. This Kenya, Costa Rica, Panama car. I think I was more confident about it not being Kenya this time.
road. It's because I.
Yeah, I say as I goes Kenya. All right, it was Kenya. Never mind.
Yeah.
There was one round where I
Players
went
in
Costa Rica and
Kenya
it was
here.
Panama. I don't remember.
And,
I don't remember when
right
that was, but
between 'em, yeah.
yeah, near Mount
Mount
Kenya.
Kenya National Park. Yeah.
Weird small cam. mountains.
That's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
This is kind of similar to that one round that Richard had, where you kind of just have this house and it kind of looks like vaguely alpine,
Lots of trees.
and that's it.
Being
So
near big-
In Europe, there's a lot of cities.
I guess
Yep.
Slovenia, just because it was so forested, and Slovenia is extremely forested. I don't think that was correct, but it was close enough.
Could be anywhere. Sue's trying to look at the copyright date here to try to get a little bit.
I don't know
more
why I was
clues
looking
as
at
to
copyright.
what
Oh, I
it
wanted to
is.
see if it was Bosnia. So I looked at the copyright to see if it was 25, which it was, and then I still never changed. So
Car drove this area.
I don't really know Bosnia
Not sure if it is much of a
at
help
all,
because
so-
we didn't zoom back in on the map. It looks like we're just going to be.
They went Serbia. I mean, that's a solid guess, I think. Yeah, it was Italy. That's a hard Italy.
Western
Because we had a round later that was like here in Italy, and it looked nothing
Italy,
like that.
and
So
closer to the close-ish to the Alps.
that was a tough round.
Like the end of the Alps.
Another fairly rural round.
Yep.
There was Spanish on this sign. I don't know what it said. Something about a park, I think. But that and the black Google car,
This
just
is trying to
Argentina.
Look at the sun.
Oh, yeah,
But
you can't-
sun was in the
there is a
north as
compass
well,
over there,
so-
I
Southern
forgot about
hemisphere.
that.
Yep.
Fairly
There's the
straightforward.
Southern hemisphere.
I think I
Unfortunately,
went
Monaco
where I
is the
went
northern
because of the
hemisphere.
piney looking trees, but that was
Oh,
that's a tough
And,
round.
1800
Argentina's
points
fairly
for
hard.
Swooce.
that's gonna be big.
Yeah. 5K is the maximum you can get.
This one was fun. This is the
So losing out on
the first
potentially
Bengali round.
30,000
I think out of 2.
points there.
Yeah.
Nah, this one actually, yeah. This was the only Bengali round I had, and my little bit of practice, like 4 days before the tournament, paid off because this says Barishal, which is where it was. So unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of
So
points
in
because it's
the-
fairly straightforward.
we're
But
in-
also the this just says BD on the domain. I don't actually. We talked a bit after the game, and I don't know if he would have known it otherwise. So.
Bangladesh.bd
oh well.
there.
Okay.
.gov.bangladesh.
But yeah, I knew Barishal was a place, and I know exactly where it was, but it's large enough to find, so I kind of just clicked in the middle
We'll see if
and
Mana knows,
moved on. So
there it is. Oh,
but-
nice
Spotted.
last second from Mana. Getting
That was
through
fun.
The BD there. So we'll see who's closer.
yeah, we went
looks
super
like
close,
last
but I
second
did
they
get the right
all
town.
lobbed
I was
down.
just hoping it was the
Nice
right town
spot
and not
there.
like a suburb,
Mitigating
and
some
it was.
points.
So
Who's getting the right city?
that was fun. That was a
Very
little
nice
redeeming
one.
for having learned it. But what is here? Very red.
Here we are. So he's looking at a water pole there. Mana
No.
trying to read this text.
I think it's a phone
I do not know what that text says or what it said.
number. So if you know your phone number, international codes, you might be able to get some information from this.
Yeah. And
Oh, it definitely said. It didn't say ZA here, but yeah, on the bottom was an address which was readable. I don't remember exactly what it said, but the language was South
we're seeing
African
the feed
for
and we
sure.
have it in, essentially a
Otherwise,
size that the players are
I think I went
seeing, so
Eswatini, I think it
you're
was South
definitely gonna
Africa,
be able to
but
see probably better than we can.
regardless,
And I mean,
but
my glasses are pretty thick,
um,
so I can't see.
yeah, the
my
resolution of the
glasses
feed
are
getting
really
into
easy.
here wasn't the best, but that's okay. It was definitely a lot better on the actual
See
player feeds.
Where Swoosh decides to go,
So yeah,
looking to be
South
in
Africa,
South Africa.
and that was it for
Very
that.
nicely
So
done.
GG.
Swoosh with a nice 2-0. Jay, would you?
Well,
Let's see who's on next.
Easy.
okay.
Them of the one.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
So
yeah. So, yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I got the right.
I basically
the right
commentated
town.
every match except
Alright,
like the last two.
Let's get
So
going between twinkachu and UltraRoboCats. What is this? Should this be Romania again? We have the whole big.
yeah, so holy pole, especially with the paint on it, like this big yellow paint on the pole, that's much more common in Romania. And again, the very chunky, like wide poles with like the large holes in them, that's just Romania. This also, the street sign on the left feed is, I mean, it is Romanian, obviously, because it's in Romania, but if you don't really know the language, I think this second word ended with a U, which you get a lot in Romania, but that's kind
Holy
of,
poles.
Hmm.
The rest
the
makes
pole is a
sense.
lot easier guess, so.
Does that 32 mean anything to you?
No, I think it's just a house number.
Okay.
This is going to be Romania.
Very distinct guesses here in
So, big points out the
Romania, I
bat.
think Colombia, so. Yeah.
And that is right. Very. Yeah, so there's 6,000 points. So,
I don't know
there's
this
a lot of those
one.
points. This one's interesting. Sun's in the north.
There's a lot
I
of
think just the
wide open
fences,
space,
North
very
Sun.
sparse trees.
Was South
Yeah,
Africa?
There's a chance this is like South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm trying
but
to
that
remember if
makes
I made
no
any
sense.
incorrect
Maybe, like,
guesses while on
south,
commentary
like,
to
South
revise
Africa,
them
like,
before I say it.
You get kind of some
Um,
mountains. You get them kind of all over, but
Mm-hmm.
let's
I
see
think
where
this
they
is
go.
South
I'm
Africa
interested.
still.
Or think about Europe over on Ultra side.
It's mostly the
Yeah,
fences,
I'm
honestly.
not the most
South
confident
African
in
fences,
that,
you just
but
they're everywhere.
especially because the sun is fairly far north. So yeah, twinkachu's looking at South Africa, which I think
Let's get through
shrug.
this.
Yeah, so a big thing in South Africa specifically is just like every house has a fence around it.
That's true.
There's
That's
a
true,
lot
me.
of home security. There's a lot of ads for home security and like stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
their
you
player
get
really
that.
didn't know what
Okay.
to do. They were struggling to click, but they eventually got a click.
So
So
we do have South Africa.
I would not have thought here. Like this area in South Africa is, I don't know, I feel like there's nothing ever happening here. And I feel like it'd be a lot drier than it actually is. So I usually would never go here. But
Not where I would have expected, but both players
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I just
general
said.
Southern African zone, so close enough.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, South Africa's so hard.
This one
Very hilly.
again looks like Bolivia. You have the same car that we did earlier in that Bolivia round.
Yeah.
So a lot of elevation changes. Exactly where, I don't know.
I know I
Middle of the
explained this one
country,
well,
probably.
so
Not much else that makes sense here. There's a chance this is Peru. Peru also has this white car and also a lot of red brick buildings, especially these unfinished buildings, actually. I'm liking Peru more here just because of those. Peru has a lot of unfinished buildings.
I
I
think
don't
the
know why, but
Brick walls are, and then that brick housing.
yeah. Red brick specifically is very popular in Peru. And that also makes sense with the mountains and the car. So yeah, I'm liking that more than Bolivia here, but I could see either.
Okay.
We'll see where
it's
the
the densest
players go.
commentary I've ever done.
We are not
Um,
in South
But yeah, I don't remember exactly who this is, but yeah, I think Peru,
South
Bolivia makes the
America.
most sense.
Twinkachu going Botswana, which is
Yeah,
notably flat.
the Botswana guesses
Cameroon
are
has a little bit of hills, but not this much.
not the
Yeah.
best.
The car you do get in Southern Africa, so I understand that. But let's see where the guesses are. We're in Vietnam, and yeah, we
It was Bolivia. Okay. Yeah, I think everything I said was still true. Peru does have a lot of unfinished red brick buildings, but
are in basically no.
that's kind of a hard
so
round.
Yeah.
But
not
South
a big
America's
deal.
not the hardest pull to get there.
So we go into round 4, and
there's
it's
nothing
a
here.
field. So these
Yeah, these polls, especially with the pull top, I think I'm about to say the exact same thing as French or Belgian. They're kind of like holy poles, except the holes don't go all the way through. You can kind of see it's just an indent as opposed to like a full like borehole. And also these pole tops with like the like triangle that you can kind of barely see. That's in like the French Belgium region.
these poles and these pole tops are fairly French. This could be France or Belgium, almost certainly.
Do they share an electrical grid?
Not that I know of, but I think they have similar pole infrastructure. So like you have these like very like going Poland.
I'm saying the
which
exact same thing.
not the
Yeah,
worst
so they
ones.
both went countries that have these holy poles, but both Poland and Hungary, the holes go all the way through. So instead of like kind of like a waffle pattern like
They do
this
have some
is.
interesting poles now.
Yeah, so it was just South France was interesting here. I don't think I would have gone south. I probably would have gone like east of Paris or something, but I don't know.
So 1.5 times multi here. Let's see what that turns into. This should be somewhere Scandinavian, so Norway, Sweden.
Yeah, so on the left feed you have the street sign. You can kind of barely make out that it says TIE at the end, which is just Finland. Along with all the
Finland actually. I
red
got the other one.
like barn
So,
houses and
yeah, Finland has the street
cold
signs
vibe.
with TIE
Just Finland, yeah.
at the end. That
Oh.
means guaranteed. to be
Not
in
much
town.
else there.
Which I think should be probably is not going to be a lot.
they were really thinking about this. Last second switch from Sweden's unfortunate, but not a lot of points either way.
Going
the
across,
pond.
yeah, regardless. What is this?
This
That
one,
open looks
What is
interesting.
Canada, I
this?
think.
No markings on the road, which
Yeah.
I think that has to say something.
Maybe.
Yeah, so cold vibe with like the birch trees on the left here. The like typical wooden pole, a trash can out in front that isn't like labeled anything. If I recall, this was Newfoundland, but
First
I
thought
don't
it was
remember exactly.
Canada,
Yeah.
I would go Canada here like 9 times out of
but
10
it's
though.
like north.
I'm seeing confirmation from the audience that it is Canada.
I mean, it weird chance this is like Finland again. I don't think so.
That would be
I-
really funny.
I would put North America. You have like whole makes sense for U.S. or Canada. They're both in South Quebec. It
It
was
was Nova Scotia. Well, regardless, it was fairly northern Canada, yeah.
Nova Scotia.
Well, that was enough for game 1,
And we're
so
moving-
on to the next one.
New Zealand, Australia. Australia makes more sense. Those are all eucalyptus.
Yeah, definitely Australia here.
I've
He's
not
like,
seen-
here, before they click away.
Right. Starting off
Come
in.
on, go back to the trees. Yeah, these trees. These like very relatively light barked trees that are pretty large and sprawling. These are just eucalyptus trees, which are extremely common in Australia. You get them other places, but not as much as you do in Australia.
New Zealand, Australia. Australia makes more sense. Those are all eucalyptus trees.
I've not seen much of Australia or New Zealand, so I
And
can't.
then yeah,
Yeah.
you have the
You have sun in the south here, and it looks somewhat American
English
in
on
a way,
the
but
Yeah.
street
the
signs as
trees
well.
are much more Australian.
Could easily be fooled, but like the markings on the road, just the white.
I don't think there was
Right,
anything else here.
Yeah.
Very uncommon.
Moving
Australia
this would be
also
easy
has,
because I think
fairly
the
wide roads.
trash cans had the
Where
name on
exactly
them.
in Australia, I really can't say. You have the. I think these are concrete poles, so that would put you more in Victoria. But honestly, Australia is fairly difficult. As long as you click a populated place and it's not the other side of the country, you're probably close.
Oh,
It
Hey,
was-
it was Victoria. When I said it was, that's cool. Yeah, Victoria, you have a lot of concrete poles. They have like more concrete poles than any other state in Australia. It's not exclusive to them, obviously, like the Stobie poles almost are, but yeah, versus wooden poles, it's more likely to be Vic.
Victoria, so relative. Another Anglosphere country. I think this is Canada.
Another
again.
North
We
American
don't have
one
front plates,
was
which means that it's not
fun.
Ontario or Manitoba.
The fact that there was that flag that you could immediately see made me
Right.
think it was America, but
I don't know why. I don't know why they went New Brunswick immediately. I don't. It's possible that this. It's not invisible. This on the right. This like crosswalk sign. I know New Brunswick has a distinct one. I don't know if it is this. It has like 2 arrows on the right on like both sides of the diamond here. I don't think this was exactly it.
it
Maybe.
didn't
I also
say
don't know
American
if this sign had
colors.
French on it. I
This is
really
definitely
can't see.
Canada. I would go.
but-
Some cars have front plates, so it might be a matter.
But yeah, the
of,
front plate thing was
um,
interesting.
Just driving over the border. So I'm interested to see where they go. Unless that's like a
Crowd
New
popping off or
Brunswick
something.
crossing, or not a crossing, but like a warning thing. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Twinkachu's looking at it.
On entire center.
You do have these wooden. I mean, this might just be like this one house thing, like a wooden box. This one actually might have been the Newfoundland round. They particularly have like hexagon or like octagonal wooden boxes outside their house. This one's
This
similar,
one,
but not
yeah, New
exactly.
Brunswick. Not a bad guess.
Okay, this one was
It
all the way out there.
Newfoundland.
Ah,
So, yeah.
Interesting.
They also have very dense tree coverage.
it's
just-
out there.
Distribution. That's not all North America. Such as this one.
Mm.
This is going to be India.
Yeah, so India, that's just Hindi language.
Should just be north, like the north middle.
Somewhere.
What makes you think?
Twinkachu going Bangladesh, which I do not believe is correct, but
They both went Bangladesh. I wonder why. The language wasn't obviously Bengali. This was just like dead center India too, which is interesting. Literally just click the word
See,
and
they
you get
both
like
go Bangladesh,
4,500.
actually. It was just middle India, like a 5K here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they both
that was
basically
purely
went the same
language.
place, so no points either way. Just moving on the multipliers. What do we have here?
Yeah, Spanish or
Here we
Portuguese or
have
whatever it was here.
Spanish
Yeah, Spanish.
or Portuguese.
Italian? No. Pepsi.
They have Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm about to mention it, but this van has a little yellow strip on the side of the plate, which is a Portuguese thing. It's not really a thing anymore. And I think this is, honestly, I remember having said it at one point. I don't remember if it was exactly this one, but it kind of looks like it is here. It's not common, but new Portuguese plates don't have this yellow strip, so it's becoming
So
less
one of the
relevant.
license plates I saw had a yellow strip on the right side, which is Portugal.
And there is also a
They don't
Portuguese
really use it
pole
much
on the
anymore,
right.
but some older cars do have it. So this is definitively Portugal, unless that car moved across the border. But no, I don't think so.
But
The poles
no,
also make sense for
they
Portugal,
didn't.
So both looking at South Portugal here. It was middle. I mean, again,
They both
they're
went the same country.
spot, so
Solid
Yeah.
guess.
yeah,
Right in the middle here.
definitely clutched up.
This
This-
one was not a good round. The blur was way too much. Plus shit
This
cam.
is,
A lot
something.
of
Very
blur.
rough round here.
There's a couple places this could be, but
Basically, in this case, this is either like India, Bangladesh, or Sao Tome, but like
Like rural
Sao Tome
India.
is so rare.
shouldn't be super rural. But
Yeah, it should just be India.
yeah,
Like,
just with this quality,
it's
of
at least the
camera,
safest
you
guess.
usually get that. They're both in very different spots, so
Yeah.
it was very.
Oh, no, it was Nepal.
Was it Nepal?
Oh,
yeah, I didn't realize
Nepal,
Nepal
yeah.
had like
So
super
they
shit
have,
cam. I just
they
knew it was
also
bad.
have this all right. Immediately this
Yeah, I'm covering the relevant info here, but
should
the sign
just
says
be
ZA.
South Africa. It
I
does.
both see it. Sign just says ZA. You have the. I mean, maybe this is findable, but probably not. I don't know if anything here was relevant for the actual region of the country it was
say
in.
ZA at the bottom of the sign, which is South Africa's URL code.
That's
So
interesting to me.
yeah,
I figured it would be SA, but I don't know what that is.
SA is somewhere else.
Somewhere else. This wasn't super readable. Yeah, I don't know what this says. On this like larger sign here,
I don't remember.
but
Saudi
offhand.
Arabia,
that
maybe?
might
Possibly,
make it
yeah.
findable.
Does get the
Yeah, it was
game
very
and the match
south,
there,
That
so-
would-
congrats,
GG's on that game.
Richard. So we are basically there are.
All right, now we have
matches here.
Seventh Ace
7
and
matches left?
Richard.
Yeah,
This
yes,
one was the
quarterfinals,
Nightmare
Yeah,
Columbia
enough people
game,
dropped out
so
of that, so that's
Hmm.
good. And so
okay. So yeah, immediately you have Southeast Asian language. Seeing this immediately, you'd think Indonesia, Malaysia, or Philippines, and then from there you kind of look at other clues to get it down. I don't really know how to describe it, but just a lot of UAN in words, I guess, like Samoan. I don't know. If you've seen the language
Some
enough, it's fairly easy
Southeast
to
Asian language.
get. Especially the same word repeating twice is popular. Not popular. It is like fundamentally how Indonesian works. If I recall correctly. So Indonesian, if you have the same word back to back, that's just pluralizes the word.
This is probably.
I'm pretty sure at least.
Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm not recognizing anything here.
Yeah, other than
as
that-
to where there's a lot of different.
I remember, yeah, Richard does the water hedge because I don't know
things you
where
can
this
use
is
for
either.
Indonesia. I would
And I
say
think it
maybe, like,
was
East Java,
it got a lot of points because of
100%.
that.
He
So
has a phone number.
I need to learn Indonesian really badly.
Probably not.
It's
Richard
very,
kinda just
very hard.
Clicking in the middle. He knows it's Indonesia, but doesn't know where. And that's fair. That's a good hedge if you're not confident.
Yeah, especially here. This is not the best example of it in Indonesia, but you have this warning, which begins with Parangatan at the top. So Indonesia, distinctly from Malaysia, has a lot of cigarette advertisements on like buildings like this, and they all have these warnings at the top that's basically like cigarettes are damaging to your health and stuff like that. So you get these very, very often. They're typically more red as opposed to like this looks like a newspaper. They're typically more red and like kind of flashy in Indonesia, but Malaysia just doesn't have these at all. And I don't know if Philippines does.
Because
But I wouldn't
Indonesia
have
is a
this
very
exact
large
warning,
and wide
so.
country, so
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a weird
yeah, so that
location,
works.
but
and good chunk of
good water
points
hedge.
versus actually guessing specifically the chip damage, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
I think this was the first Columbia
It's a lot
one.
of
I
brick
still don't know how to
buildings.
get Columbia here.
Very
Like,
hilly. I don't know exactly where the sun is. Looks north. So
sun was north, kind of, but like this
this
is
is one of those
such an
where it's
open
like
area.
Bolivia or New Zealand.
I said
or
Bolivia.
somewhere
That's close
else.
enough. But yeah, I don't think there's anything that like really
This
tells
stuff-
you that this
oh,
is
here's where they go.
Columbia. There's like the water tanks, which I think Richard went Turkey because of,
We
which
have water
like
tanks on top of the
Sure.
houses, which
along with the
get in
tiles. I mean,
none of the countries that I mentioned.
Sort of.
Richard looking at Turkey, honestly, maybe.
yeah, I think the main thing just to
sometimes if you're
get
in
South
the
America
way
here
of the sun
is
direction, Maybe.
go back
None of the countries that I
to-
mentioned. Richard looking at Turkey.
this. So you have these wooden posts kind of serving as fences. That's really the only thing that's like South American about this round, I feel. But even then, you get that in so
Honest
many
correct.
places
I
that
don't know where I'd
it's
go here.
that's
They're
tough.
both in like Central East Europe.
Yeah,
which,
this was
yeah.
the first
be.
hit of Colombia,
And it
which
was
like
Colombia.
especially here, like I would never think here with that like rolling hills landscape, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's a no points basically. Moving into round 3. And this one has
Yeah, so this one they immediately both zoom into the info. Coyhaique is just a major city in southern Chile, so you can find that. And then I know Seventh Ace finds this basically the 5K, which was solid.
notable. Maybe you can find.
Otherwise, I don't know. You kind of just know that it's Chile. There's really not much that's like super easy here. Double yellows, sure, that's kind of like South America or US. The general like mountainous, like forested feel, I guess, can put you in South America, but I think
Chile's
this
very
one's
pretty.
just a fairly straightforward know the location, then get it. So
Seventh Ace. Most.
yeah,
Nice.
so really good almost 5K here just from finding it on the map. But Richard didn't get it. He went in a very dry area of Argentina, which, yeah, I mean, east of Santiago, you get some like snow-covered mountains like that, but like over the border in Argentina, this kind of still is vaguely like Atacama-y, which is much more dry. So
Chile.
Yeah, there's no mileage markers, so very good guess there, or a very good find even.
all right.
All right, next round. Should be somewhere.
Was this one? This one was also
South
Colombia.
American, perhaps. I guess.
So the main thing that I picked out, I don't think I mentioned it, this roof, kind of like this thatched-ish roof, you get a lot in Mexico, like in the Yucatan Peninsula. I probably would have gone there, honestly. You have the short plate. I think, now that I'm looking at it closer, on the right side, again, you have these wooden posts in the ground, but they have points. They kind of look like pencils sticking up out of the ground. I believe that is more of a uniquely Colombian thing. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I think that's kind of the only tell, especially because this car did not have a yellow plate, which is usually like the easiest car-based tell for Colombia. That like kind of immediately puts you away from the country. So I probably still would have gone Yucatan here.
Perhaps, I guess.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
Sun's in the north.
This
very
was a
tropical
tough one.
Um,
But yeah, looking at these posts, I would say this one's easier than the other Colombias. But still, I'm pretty sure they both missed it. I think they missed it by less this time.
Bolivia
Hopefully.
or Brazil doesn't have these short where it's Peru, but that are not super mountainous.
Maybe not.
But
There's a
so
Philippines
all
guess,
three kinda
and
make sense for the region.
then yeah, south.
Yeah, it was
So yeah.
Colombia again.
So yeah, North Colombia. This one makes more sense. That's kind of what I would have expected the first round to be, like a lot more north, just because of the hills.
They're just getting
But
owned
this
by
area is
Colombia.
very flat in
Wow.
Colombia.
Colombia is very, very diverse in what it looks like. So
I'm surprised I was north of the equator there.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's in the band where the sun direction really doesn't matter,
Ah.
or is kind of like intentional.
This one, I mean, you have the car here. This is just like a Kazakhstan car. There's a little bit of non-Cyrillic text, which is a little interesting
Kazakhstan. We have Cyrillic and
on right here. So like this was, I could see someone that really hasn't played the game not go like a Russian-ish speaking country here.
There's really
But
nothing. The
other than that,
non-Cyrillic
like I don't know how to
and
get cities still. I need to learn them,
might
but
be a little weird, but
yeah, they both know the game enough to get Kazakh here.
perhaps.
I know
yeah.
Richard's not
They're
super
both from
confident
Kazakhstan,
on
different
Russia versus
cities.
Kazakh here, but
I couldn't tell you which one this is, so
yeah, with the car,
one
it's
of them.
always going to be Kazakhstan, or at least Kazakh versus
let's see
Kyrgyz, but
who's
still,
closer.
the cars
Yeah,
are very
okay.
different.
Ace.
So yeah, I don't know if there's anything here to get you to Karaganda, or if it was just like a central guess, but pretty good.
Gets it right.
It's right there.
Close enough to.
I definitely don't know
Karaganda.
regions.
So we'll see if he can clutch up and get it. We have
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised that neither of them knew this one. I mentioned it.
Uganda
Um,
actually.
The mirrors, yeah.
Just
This is just, if you see these mirrors, it's Uganda, like guaranteed. And it's 99% capital, so
the mirrors.
This is a
visible the
click and move on.
UltraRoboCats car.
Hmm.
In this case, you click the capital and move on because almost all of the coverage.
Otherwise you have, I guess, like orangish dirt, like, I don't know. Uganda or Kampala kind of does have a feel to it outside of the car, but it is not the first thing you think of if you see it. I don't know if these had locations on that, if they said Kampala or anything, but that would have been kind of the only other way to get it.
So you're like never going to get anything else. Richard looking at Rwanda, which honestly is close enough and might be okay, but if 7th Ace gets Kampala here, then
Yeah, I
think
know
that'll
both of
be
them
it.
missed it, which is unfortunate.
7th Ace doesn't immediately know. Also looking at
Yeah, I would have
Kenya,
just clicked.
so
I would have just clicked
they're
Kampala in 5
basically in the
seconds.
same
Like,
spot, but yeah, this is just going to be Uganda. They're close enough.
I
but
do
no
appreciate that they went like the exact same spot. That was pretty funny.
points, pretty much.
Just like
Yeah, that
west-ish
definitely
Kenya.
could have done it, but it has a very recognizable Google card where it's just the
All
mirrors.
right, what is here?
This one? We have English.
I was confused about this one because it was South Africa, but I feel like you never get this antenna like this in South Africa. Which is a bit, I guess, too deep in the Google car meta hole, but yeah, this sign on the left has English on it. You have this barbed wire fence, and this house on the right has a fence as well. Vaguely tropical, so like southwest-ish. There's also this mountain in the back that's like, I think it's a mountain and not a house. It kind of looks like that. It could just be a house roof, but
English.
this one was Cape Town area, and I
The sun's in the north.
agree with that,
The
just
wall
from
is very
palms and
interesting.
stuff. So
I'm trying to figure out what this car antenna is. I mean, South
So,
Africa
yeah.
makes sense.
did they
but,
both
like,
get the right region here? I don't
Richard goes South
remember.
Africa. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. English.
Yeah,
home
they both got the
security,
right
palm
area here.
trees, Cape
I think this
Town
was
area
just
makes
like
sense, so we'll see
extremely
where it is,
Cape Town.
actually.
Yeah.
Both nailing it. It's just downtown Cape Town. So
Nice.
So there's a chance that
Not a
was
lot of
like
points
Table
again.
Mountain in the background or something.
Multiplier
But
is stacking.
they were hanging on. This was a good
3 times
match.
Damage, so.
I don't think,
think this
we've
was,
seen
like, the
that yet
longest
this
round
I think
so
this
far.
is the furthest game that's gone so
Yeah.
far. So this one is probably going to do it.
It seems
Yeah, so easy Ukraine get just because of the flag. But otherwise,
They made
I don't
this
know how to
a
region guess
flag,
Ukraine.
But, yeah,
I think it was
that
just
is
Kyiv.
sort of- no
Where you're-
area, but it's a little bit off. This goes like max west and it's right, but
I think this was
would
enough
be
to do
kind
it
of
with
a
the
wash
multi.
again.
Yeah,
And it is just
I-
capital. So
with the
is
3x.
that enough? That is enough. Situation again.
That was a good game. They both played pretty solidly there.
they got familiar
Yeah, so
roads.
I think I explain it here.
The yellow line with the white dashes and the black car is definitely Uruguay here. Uruguay is also a lot of the coverage in Uruguay as of now is very overcast.
I didn't even notice that it was
Yeah, I think in Argentina you get double yellows. I don't think you ever see this yellow and white in Argentina. I'm not positive, but certainly, let me be sneaky here. Certainly this this bit on the left, the like yellow line, white dashes, yellow line, that is Uruguay for sure. So I guess it's South Africa has this as well, but this
so
isn't
Richard
South
gets
Africa.
Uruguay here. Let's see if 7th Ace can as well. She looks like she's right.
This
at
is a
that.
weird
It's kinda
location in
whatever.
Uruguay. I think it was like Max West or something.
But this is almost definitely Uruguay as opposed to
Yeah,
Argentina.
that was a weird location.
And, yeah,
they're just like right next to
90
each
points.
Yeah, clicking where Richard did is totally reasonable because, like, how do you region guess a country that looks very, very similar all around?
Okay.
We're back in the US. Yeah, main thing here,
other. If we can figure out what
I think Richard
Okay.
zoomed in. On the very, very right, you have this this bollard with a rectangle. The top and bottom are black, and the middle is white. That's a Nevada thing. I'm pretty sure it's only Nevada. So with that, you have basically a U.S. interstate, and it was, but it looks like a U.S. interstate. Going east-west, there's really only one of those that like is in Nevada,
We are in the
which is, I think, is
US.
the 20,
if we can
10 or
figure out
20.
what
But
interstate
regardless,
this is,
it was just
like,
really the only
possibly.
one.
Seventh Ace, like upset that they can't see the
Especially
sign.
with an exit 279, you know it's going to be a long interstate.
So,
But otherwise,
interestingly, these
fairly straightforward
bollards
US
on the road
otherwise, and I think
are,
they just
believe,
went
Nevada
west
bollards. So this
ish.
should be somewhere in Nevada.
Hmm.
I might be wrong, and they might be like
I'm bad
some
at
other
US
state, but
specific
this
posts,
is
but
Western US almost guaranteed. I mean, this is kind of what the Western US looks like.
The
but
fact that we are going east-west, so like means as like
yeah, it could be that road on top of Nevada, like that, whatever that interstate is.
yeah.
yeah, I definitely called it correctly, but
I think they're both in like
hard
the
to tell.
Utah
They were in the
region,
right
I mean,
region-ish,
yeah, you get the
Great Basin.
western- I believe this is Nevada. Yeah, it is, and it was just the east-west road on top of Nevada. So But yeah, that bollard there.
Hey, I'm
US
wearing the
doesn't
same
really have
shirt
many
that I
unique
wore in
bollards,
the
but in the West they
tournament.
kind of do.
Wow.
And yeah, that big square one.
It's like it just happened. So here, these poles on the right, this is just a Turkish pole. It's just like a very large. You have kind of like a ladder here, like a very thin ladder that leads into a very big, like, trapezoid type thing. Also, the language here with like the little I with the dot as like a capital letter is just Turkish. So,
Out of there. So here we have.
the main thing here that is actually knowledge, you can see this. Pretty sure this is the area code. It's 0322. So how Turkey works with their area codes, it goes 234. So 2 is the western part, 3 is the middle part, and area codes beginning with 4 is like the eastern part. So this one having started with 03 should be the middle of Turkey, which it was in this case. It was like very south middle.
Richard clicks
But
Turkey immediately.
that
Doesn't
is
guess yet, but
fairly
I don't really
tough.
think there's enough info to get any like specific city.
Otherwise,
If you know
this is
phone
a
codes in
pretty
Turkey, I
straightforward.
want to say they increment west to east. So this one's an 03, and this might be more western. So they're both roughly in the western Turkey area.
I think I thought it was 345,
Was
but
the
I checked
middle,
after,
so
and it's
maybe
234
a mobile phone. I don't
from
know,
west to
but
east, and
was
5 is the
Turkey.
mobile code in Turkey.
Good enough.
But
Pretty close going to round
regardless,
4. Not much either direction. What do we have here? We have Spanish, I think.
I was very confused by this. This is just Dutch, but I think I saw the DE here and thought it was Spanish. So I was stuck for a bit thinking about what this could have been. But yellow plate, you just go Netherlands pretty much. I think they went like they were confused if this was Luxembourg or not.
But
I know this catering.
But yeah, it's just Netherlands.
So between Netherlands and Luxembourg, and it was just northern Netherlands.
Very, very north as
so
well. Yeah, that's interesting.
Once again, a little bit of points, not a ton.
In like an industrial area.
Interesting, like industrial area that you don't really get much.
I need to stop saying the same things.
This one's cool. Canada looks
I say Canada as this zooms into a Chilean pole.
Looks like a big interstate.
Maybe.
Yeah, for whatever reason, when I watch like a race or something on like a GDQ stream, I basically only ever watch the right feed. So I didn't notice that poll because I'm watching Richard's feed. And then when he zooms into here, I'm like, oh, it's not Canada. It's just New Zealand or Chile. And we're driving on the right, so it's Chile. But yeah, this poll with the single indent that goes starts like halfway and goes all the way down to the ground is Chile and New Zealand, which is hard because the countries look similar. And then the pine trees, I definitely mention it. The pine trees you get around like, it's around Concepcion, which is like south of Santiago, but like not super far south Chile.
Yeah.
But you do get pine trees elsewhere, but this
Chile?
like that many is just a lot. I think they vaguely get the region, but not exactly.
Yeah, this is Chile for sure. Specifically, I would go near Concepcion. You got a lot of these pine trees there.
Oh.
But relatively
Yeah, this one was
South
interesting.
Chile is a good guess because it is not the desert, so it's not like the top half of the country. So Richard, I think, has a solid guess here. So I think it's going Ecuador.
Yeah, the Ecuador guess I'm not really sure about. I think it's just a poll thing. I don't really think you get that type of pine tree around Ecuador either. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that's mostly just know the poll and then region guess based on foliage.
And it is, I think,
Like
right around where I
middle
said it would be.
generally,
So,
Yeah, so I would say around this middle part, and it's a little bit southern, so it's basically just like the whole state is very
right around
pine
Concepcion.
foresty.
So that region, yeah, the
Pine
pine trees
foresty.
there are fairly notable. So Richard with not the best guess, but a much better guess than his opponent.
Very suburban area.
Yeah, so Richard has a
this
really good
is-
like insta guess here of near Toronto. So you have what looks like US Canada just from like the neighborhood, and then also the license plate here kind of has a blue tinge to it. So Ontario license plates are white with blue text. I think all of them or almost all of them. And yeah, the region around Toronto is just the most populated, so
there's
it
not much
is
info, but those
reasonable
plates-
to guess.
There's no front plate on that one, which is interesting, but it might just be an older car coverage or something. Northern U.S., like
Yeah, I mean,
Northish US,
the other guess was still good,
Canada, I mean, I
but
think that's reasonable. Michigan is reasonable as well because of the no fronts. So
Yeah, that one car that didn't have a front plate was, I think, what tipped over to Michigan here. Because Michigan doesn't have front plates, but Ontario does. And I think it was just that one car that didn't have a front plate. So really solid guess right around Toronto here.
It is, and it was just near Toronto. So Richard with another really good guess.
So close, too.
When you say
644
no front
points.
license plates?
Right, yeah. So Ontario does require front license plates.
Oh.
And they're only one of a couple.
Yeah, so super easy Italy area, if I recall. No, I had the San Marino round, I think. I don't think this one was San Marino. But yeah, this very Italian road sign.
Provinces in Canada that it does.
That's kind of it. Also the Italian
So
plate on
Italy is
this.
a easy get here, I think. Italian languages, you have the Italian front license plate that has the two blue bands on either side. Pretty easy. There's not a lot of info here otherwise.
I don't think there was anything else that said anything.
There-
If you were able to move this sign like right on this building, would have been really
there'd
helpful.
be some good info
But
down there, but yeah, not much. So I would
Somewhere in Italy.
I don't think
would
that
say
O24 is
north-ish
anything. I
guess
think this
outside the
means
mountains is
24 hours you
reasonable.
can't park
So,
here.
like, the Valley region, which is kind of where Seventh Ace is.
Yeah.
A bit more north of Richard, but honestly,
Yeah, I like the Po Valley
it was
region.
hard. It could be anywhere, and it was.
That was
right up
also a
there,
really
so
good,
great.
really good region guess as well. I would say anywhere in like the top like third that isn't the Alps obviously would be a good guess, but this like western bit was really good.
Great guess again.
And that starts
this
the damage.
Close match again. 2,800 points to 600. Richard needs this to stay alive in the tournament, so we'll see. There's a dude on a bike, and that's about it.
Yeah, so this was the third and final Columbia attack that they didn't get. Pretty much the only thing again is these wooden posts and a lot of them. Otherwise, this could be like Southern California. Like this is just I don't know.
So
That's a pretty good photo, if I were to say so.
Yeah, I don't really know
yeah,
what else there would
what do
be
you
for
do
Columbia here other than just
I'm
a
not
lot of wooden
entirely
posts.
Sure. Like,
And cows
once again,
again.
we are in a field with cows.
we've had a
And I
lot
think
of
they
these
went
today.
Richard
middle
in
Mexico, so
Yeah, I could see that. The wooden posts in the ground are very like you get that a lot in Latin America. Yeah, they're both in Mexico.
Huh.
Very
they went
close to
the
each other,
same
so-
place, which was wild.
And, it was
And
Colombia
again,
yet again,
yeah, it was
so-
Columbia. And once again, I feel like this area in Columbia is not very like rolling hills, but I don't
I
know.
need to just start saying it's Columbia when it's a weird one. So
Yeah.
that's 3 now.
That
These two.
influenced one of my guesses later.
But they went the same area yet again, and it was Columbia yet again. So again, it's a wash.
And we're now at 3.5x damage.
We're back in
Yeah.
North America.
Once again, this is the U.S. This could do it. This almost certainly will do it.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's
Pine
anything
trees
here.
Like this is more southern.
It's giving
But-
Arkansas to me as someone who's
Okay.
from there.
Okay. You have
Yeah, so I know I was talking with Richard about these like raised reflectors. So basically in the US, if you have a raised reflector like this, that generally means that it's an area not covered by snowplows. So it's not like the north part of the country, just because the snowplows would just rip these out of the ground. So you do generally have these raised up ones in the southern half of the country, just again, because they don't have snowplow
these
coverage.
raised bumps in the road that Richard's looking at, so it definitely is a more southern state.
And then yeah, the pine trees as well, put you more southern. I think this was Georgia, and I think this actually did it. But they both had decent guesses, I would say.
If this is between the two, they're in the same region. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, they
This
both had
might
pretty
not
close
be
guesses,
it.
but I think it was more
Yeah,
South
less
Georgia
north.
which
If
did
it's-
it.
Very close.
If Ace 5Ks it and Richard doesn't, it might be it. But I think this is.
Yeah, so that was a good, very South Georgia guess, and that was
Southern
enough.
That should
Georgia.
be it.
Or no, it was
Yeah,
almost
that is
enough.
not
Again,
it.
Oh.
302 to
Wow,
644,
this is a
like
close match.
really, really close match.
We are going into round 10, 4x damage, and it is cold.
Yeah, so immediately here you have Arabic, and like I mentioned earlier, just a South Asian or like Southeast Asian language. That's like one of Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines. With Arabic, it's always going to be Malaysia. Other than that, I don't really know if there's anything obvious here for like
Malaysia
meta.
here. Yeah, this is going to be it no matter what. It is going to be mainland Malaysia.
Okay, yeah, I do
which
mention
think
that here.
both are looking at. Seventh Days is looking at Johor area, which I don't.
Yeah, so on the left here, we have this little black paint splotch on the pole. You only get that in mainland Malaysia, as opposed to like Borneo, Malaysia. So that should put you there. Without really seeing the info on that paint, you can't really tell what part you're in just from that, but it is possible to if you know Malaysia really, really well.
Hate.
But that
I don't
was
know where he
basically
goes right
unreadable.
now. He's on Borneo, which is not good
But yeah,
because
this Arabic sign is just a street sign, so that doesn't really tell you anything.
power
It's
poles
possible on the left here this is like a region, but it's unreadable. So,
have this little like black.
but yeah, basically Richard went Borneo. This mainland guess wins 99 out of 100 times, I think. Like, if not 100 out of 100 times.
Like black square
With
on
4x
them, and
multi
you only
especially.
get that on the peninsula.
Oh.
So I think Seventh Ace is just gonna take it here.
Yeah, so it was middle, but
Wow.
it doesn't really matter. So, round 10. I think that may have been the longest match of the tournament. I'm not 100% sure, but that was good. 2 very long matches. So next is GameIt and FingerQuick. We are not even halfway through. So, buckle up. All right.
One, and GameIt has yet to play.
So yeah, this says Zona, Middle Europe. I mean, doesn't really mean much. You know, you're not in like Bulgaria or something,
Hey,
but
says he was also floated. So,
I don't know.
So that looks like.
I got baited by this.
And GameIt has yet to play.
And we
says
know-
he was also
This is just a Romanian flag on its side, which you do get fairly often in Romania. So I was pretty confident this would just be Romania because of that, but it wasn't. So
floated. So.
Yeah.
So that looks like a Romanian flag just on that fence. So I think you just click Romania here.
I think GameIt had a
That's
really
quick.
good
Clicks
guess
Romania
here, and I don't
Yep, right on the word
know
Romania.
what
Yeah,
got
you
him
know.
there.
It's relatively hilly. The middle of Romania does have hills and mountains, so reasonable. GameIt going Czechia.
It may have been just like the power pole, like not being a Romanian pole, sure, but I don't know. This was a
Not
really good
super
guess.
sure.
Yeah, it was
Czechia.
the right
All right,
country,
well, that
which
was
I
a
mean,
well,
Romanian flag.
given
Alright.
that was
They
good.
just,
Maybe the
What
language
name
was
is
visible or
Romania?
something.
Ooh. It's not Colombia. All right. What do we have here? It looks like Central America or Central
US
USA rather,
of A.
or Canada even. But speed.
Yeah, speed limit sign puts you in the US here. This I don't really think is anything. Yeah, this is just Central or like North Texas or something.
So
So
30 doesn't
Well,
apply the US.
definitely not Canada
so
anymore.
Definitely is America.
AGDQ was Awesome Games Done Quick, which was a speedrunning marathon that happened last week. I ran a GeoGuessr tournament on Tuesday, only for people that were attending. And we had 13 people, I think, after several people dropped out. So I also had a speedrun at AGDQ, so that was cool, but unrelated to this.
Not
Yeah, you
maximum.
unless you know what grows what
Now
in
these,
the US.
now these roads are kind of garbage.
Yeah, I
so,
think you just
what
click,
state
like,
has poor infrastructure here. So-
Kansas here.
I am not at liberty to say. Most of them. FingerQuick going Oklahoma. GameIt looking at Illinois. I like GameIt's guess a little better, but who knows? And it was
Northeast Colorado is
Yep.
such a
that
strange
Colorado?
guess.
That was
There's such a
Colorado.
strange
That's,
location here. I don't
Yeah,
know how you get that one, but
stuff.
All right, I guess the eastern part of Colorado.
US is
flat.
easy to get.
Yeah, it
Click
definitely
middle.
is. We have these interesting polls here, which you get in.
There's so little pole and so much hole.
Yeah, it's probably just Turkey.
There's so little pole and so much hole. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, these like very ladder poles are Turkish, and there's also a little Turkish flag up here that you can kind of barely see.
There, I believe, is a Turkish flag that you can hardly see up on.
They have a
that,
lot of Turkish pride there.
And then again, you have like the trapezoid insulator structure here on this one pole.
Yeah,
So
yeah, this is certainly Turkey. Don't know where. GameIt's guess is as good as mine.
I think this still was eighths. I don't think we were in quarters
Let's see what
yet.
FingerQuick
So
is looking at
That's not-
Southeast Asia.
It's
This
not
is
Turkey.
not going to do it unless GameIt 5Ks, but yeah, close.
4K.
that was
That
again South Central Turkey. This
They
is like the
undead-
second time there was a location down here.
But South
But it's
Turkey
still
again.
alive.
800.
It is true.
We have
As evidenced by that last match where neither of us had any health.
Yeah, we have Spanish here. Driving on the right. We have the antenna that you get
I think
in
I just
Mexico,
explained it.
Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil. So this particularly looks like Mexico or Colombia. Not much else to go off of. I guess there's a chance this is Ecuador, but doesn't really feel like it. So
Yeah, I don't really know if there's anything here that I think this was actually Ecuador after I said it wasn't, but maybe just like the general greenery of it. I don't, because typically you get like very like overt political ads in like Peru, which this wasn't. So I wasn't really sure if this was like spillover politics from
One of
Peru
those.
into Ecuador, but I think I would have gone Colombia here if I had the round.
Some clues here.
yeah, the general terrain kind of makes me feel more like Colombia. But
I think it
who
was
knows?
Ecuador.
Colombia's impossible.
Yeah, so GameIt goes
going
Colombia.
Colombia, FingerQuick going Mexico.
Probably
Let's
same vibe as
see
me.
Who's right? It is Ecuador.
Yeah, it was
The
Ecuador.
one I said it probably wouldn't be, so don't believe me. And that'll do it for game one, actually.
That was a
Do
fast game
have
one.
best our players.
Okay, loading in here in... Is this, like, southwest Russia?
I don't know. You told me I guessed there and it was wrong.
Yeah,
so I don't know what.
I don't really... Yeah, so main thing, you can barely see it, is the crosswalk sign that has like a yellow outline around it. That's most common in Russia. Other than that, yeah, I said Southwest Russia because it was not tropical feeling, but like warm feeling.
Area of the world looks like.
This is Russia.
This one was a
I don't
hard
know
one because I think it
where.
was very northern. Maybe just trees you go off of
I think
to
it's
get that, but like,
southwest.
yeah, I like this guess by GameIt just from like the general like warm vibe to it.
Maybe a
But
little bit more north of where GameIt is, but I think that's a really solid guess. Moving into Bulgaria, it could be Bulgaria. A little less confident on that.
yeah, I would never go this far north in Russia. I think this was the first out of 2 rounds that was up around this town too, but like,
North.
I don't know. I just don't know the
That
region
was a
well.
very warm-looking North Russia.
That's Summer Gen 4 Russia, I think, so
Tropical,
makes sense,
like,
I guess.
Not tropical, Mediterranean-ish, but they both had similar guesses. They were both similarly wrong, so not a big deal. Sun north-ish here. We have
Yeah, so here you have Chilean / New Zealand polls.
Chile poles. So middle Chile, I think, is a comfy guess.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything here to leaning towards New
Middle
Zealand.
specifically,
'cause I think it
again,
was
the,
Chile,
like northern
but-
half of the country is so dry, and not like this. And this looks like New Zealand, and this is probably going to be New Zealand now that I say it because they look really similar. Surprisingly, but
Yeah, this south of Santiago guess is really good, I think.
we'll see.
Yep, it looks like GameIt.
Yeah,
This
looking
is
at Norway,
not
this
looking
still-
great.
Yeah, this would never be this far north, especially with the sun being in the north and also the poles, so you'd never get up in Europe.
Unless this is New Zealand. It was Chile.
It was
Yeah,
fairly
pretty
south,
big
too.
damage.
Yep.
I don't think I would have gone that far south.
Very
But
south.
no
wow.
multis yet, so
Yeah, so another
That was
big
a very
big
south
blow in
one.
round 2 for a game out here.
fine.
Yeah. All right.
We are gonna have a lot of
Looking
info
at-
here.
Does this actually say anything? I don't think so. But yes, you do get Ukraine here. So on the left, you have this eye with the 2 dots on it. That's in Ukrainian and not in Russian. And then on the right, you have this like advertising agency, I guess. That's blue and yellow. There's also this one character here that looks like a C with like a line through it, kind of like the Euro symbol. That's also only in Ukrainian.
Ukraine, I believe.
And also,
There
I think the car was
is
like the red car with the long antenna. But
Not a town name on these signs.
There's got to be something there.
Maybe.
yeah, I don't think, because this like BUL here, or BY, and basically in Latin, this is street in Ukrainian as well. So no town names here, probably. I don't remember exactly where this was, but
I'm not familiar with that. I
Yeah,
don't
so
know if
GameIt
it's a
just
road.
clicks
I don't think it's
capital,
a road
which
name.
honestly,
Or I think that is a
sure.
road and not a town, but GameIt going Kyiv, that's reasonable. It
Yeah,
was
that's-
Western.
but getting Ukraine.
Still
I don't think
alive,
there's
though.
anything there. Maybe,
keeping the
but probably
relatively
not.
Western Russian
Not a
race
big deal
good enough.
at this level of competition, I'd say.
What do we have here?
Calle.
We have Spain.
Tenemos un calle.
This
aquí.
is Spain because the pedestrian walk sign
There are
guy
8
has
lines.
8 lines. Yeah, Spain has the most. Other than that, I don't know. North of Madrid maybe.
Yeah, this is one where I said I'm
Middle,
horrible
yeah.
at Spain and then I get
Yeah,
the wrong
one
guess in
extreme.
Spain.
We got one
Was
middle.
Yeah,
very
I
similar.
click middle here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spain's hard.
So, like I said,
Just the opposite of whatever
I
you
need to
say.
second guess myself every time. Info here.
Yeah, this does say Indo. Barely. But then you also have a cigarette ad that I mentioned earlier on here, which you get in Indonesia. Also, all these coconut palms kind of just puts you in that region at the very
Not
least.
much info here. It looks like Philippines. Or
What about the
maybe
Indonesian flag?
not.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Philippines here. It might have just been a slip, but this is... I also didn't notice this flag immediately, but yeah, it is fairly easy. I think I may have seen this van that has like a very white plate that you more so get in Philippines as opposed to like Indonesia, but
Who knows?
That the-
Yeah, it's definitely Indonesia.
Yeah.
yeah.
I wasn't really sure what side of the road we were driving on.
Past that,
So
it's
yeah,
kind of
flags
like
right there,
pole
they're
meta
very
if you
flag
know
heavy
it,
too.
but
Indonesia is very, very flag heavy. Where exactly?
Kalimantan's a good guess here because you have a lot of these sheet metal roofs as opposed to tiles. Tile roofs you get more often in Java and like South Sumatra.
Who knows?
So-
GameIt going Kalimantan, which is on
I
the
think
big
that's a
island of
pretty
Borneo.
reasonable guess, mostly because of the roofs here.
I wonder where FingerQuick's gonna go.
I don't know if you
Also
knew
looking at
any
the
pole meta or
water,
anything,
looking at
but
Sumatra.
I had a guess in the water earlier.
Yeah, I had a good guess.
yeah, it was Northeast Sulawesi. I mean, that's tough.
North Sulawesi. Sure. That is.
That was
still
actually enough too.
That's our next.
Quote unquote
Our
bad
last-
guesses, but still good enough.
Whenever you're ready.
Alright, next we
Both
have
thumbs up each other.
Pikachu and yeggog.
Here in.
I think this is the last match in eighths, so next one will be quarters. I was actually reading this earlier. You get the yellow sign with red border, but there's also a yellow trim around it. That's Finnish,
In the world.
In Europe.
I'm pretty sure.
That's.
Yeah, I completely lied. It's just Italy. So I remember this one now. If I can move the correct source here. This SP is just a font, and also just the fact that it's an SP road is just Italy. And that'd be like impossible
Italy,
to find,
actually.
so.
Find.
Is an Italian road like marker.
Yeah, I thought this was, you like this, so in Europe, the yellow sign is just like everywhere. It's relatively located in a couple countries, but I feel like you kind of just get it whenever it feels like it. Like there's really not a lot of consistency with it.
Is not.
Because yeah, you do get what I said in Finland with like the little yellow bit around it, but I guess you also get it in Italy
Yes.
sometimes.
Anya.
Not usually, but
More numbers.
In the world left.
True.
Well,
Which,
definitely.
yeah, Italy. It was
Yeah.
very North Italy. Pikachu getting a decent number of points there for. All right, next round we have fairly Canadian-looking thing.
yeah, I don't really know what really stood out as Canada. I guess just like the American-looking neighborhood, like wide roads, houses look American, Canadian, but also the pine trees. I said Vancouver, it was Vancouver Island, so I mean, yeah, just kind of like the right vibe. Like these pines are more Pacific Northwest as opposed to like South US or like Appalachian, but
Why does this look like? I don't know. I feel like this is like Utah or something.
There's a chance. I would say like Vancouver or like.
I don't know if
probably
there's
not
anything else to
Seattle, but,
really
like,
know,
Pacific
but
Northwest definitely.
very much had the PNW vibe immediately.
With all those pine trees,
Looks way
especially.
too clean for Seattle.
Kind of looks like Brick is.
It is.
They both
so-
went middle Cali and it was Vancouver Island.
Yeah, all those pine trees are very Pacific Northwestern. So, what is here?
Kundi's Bar is here.
Is this? There's a funeral service. Is this Namibia?
No.
Or is this just South Africa?
Pretty sure Namibia always has an antenna visible. I may have had a round that didn't have it visible, which is why I floated it. But yeah, I think Namibia typically has an antenna, which isn't visible here. But very desert. Oh, wait, this was Namibia, wasn't it?
No, I feel like the little.
Yeah, because you can't see it on my screen, but this was a beer ad, and this beer says Windhoek, which is the capital of Namibia, which, I mean, it's possible that they distribute outside of the country, but I definitely would have gone in the country here. So my
AKA none that I have
Namibia
in
doesn't
Namibia.
always
There's,
have
like, usually a car
antenna.
That
right?
there was a beer that said Windhoek, which is
Oh.
the capital of Namibia.
I think it's
Okay.
So this is
Windhoek
going to be Namibia.
specifically.
Where?
But
Who knows? Points.
yeah,
It was north,
Yeah.
he,
but it
he
was
does
Namibia,
get
so.
Namibia here,
Nicely
which is
done.
cool.
Yeah, so
But
Namibia, one of the countries
I am not good at that
so-
country.
Yeah, evening out the match a little bit as
Yeah.
well as we go into.
It's unfortunate that the
Japan.
couple Japans we had no
basically
info.
No info.
Like, that sucks.
To get. So have fun on this one.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate.
A lot of Japan meta is located on the power poles. There's these pole plates that are placement on top of there. All
I
the way
love
in the,
popping into microphones.
basically nothing. As we
There's a
go
lot of
to-
like random locations where both players guess like the exact same distance away, which has been funny the whole tournament.
1.5x multi.
Yeah, our first round of multis here, we could see the game change if we get an incorrect guess from one of our players.
What language do we have here? There is a city name there, and it is going to be
Is there? Oh yeah, it's not really visible on the stream, but
Philippines. If you can find that city that's at the bottom of that store sign,
I
wasn't
do
immediately
not
familiar
think
with
it
this,
was a
but
large enough town to find anywhere. But I guess
could be looking at
theoretically,
that
if you
one
know
and trying to find
Philippines,
it.
you can.
The Philippines definitely searchable
Like,
though.
Tech on the main island of Luzon here, near Lucena.
Yeah, I
City.
think just clicking near population was the
there it is.
safest guess, which worked out.
Yeah, that's probably not findable, but guessing near the main population in Manila is a good strategy, and that
We
is
got
what
a
was done.
thin road here.
This looks
A lot of hard rounds in this one. This was
Alpine.
still an informed world, but a lot of like less info
My
ones.
first thought was Switzerland, but I can't tell if the car's lower. or
Yeah,
higher
I don't
here.
think you have the low cam like you would have in Switzerland, so I would lean more like Slovenia, Australia here. The house
This is also the third round that is
adjacent in a way.
Alpine-ish with its
FingerQuick
houses.
Oh, right on the border.
Italy, you know, it could be. And it was
Yeah,
just
Bosnia.
neither, and it was Bosnia, another country recently added to Street View, and the one I know
We had a
the
lot
less
of
about,
new
that
countries
one
here.
doesn't have
Namibia,
any
Bosnia in
meta or
this game
anything,
alone,
It's just a country. So
and Nepal previously.
Country.
Sorry.
Wow.
it is just a country
Wow.
that is hard to learn. Look, let's
Alright.
not dwell on that.
I think
Anyways,
it's Australia.
Australia here, where. Ooh, this is going to be what's the name of it? Brisbane area.
Now, what tips that off?
If you look on yeggog's screen, the black and white like paint on the pole.
Yeah.
If it pans left a
That's-
bit more, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
That you get around Brisbane.
And it is wholly unique to there.
Unless I'm
or-
wrong, and that is unique to Queensland, not Brisbane.
Yeah, so I
because
think
there's like
so. I was right in saying that black pole with the white letters is Brisbane. I don't fully remember what the not Brisbane part of Queensland is. It's something on the poles, but it's
two
not
different
that like
things on
black
poles,
box, which is this on the right side.
Or
It's
one is in
definitely
Brisbane,
not-
one is not in Brisbane.
Definitely
But
not South
this
Africa.
is Australia, so if Yeggog gets Australia, that'll definitely be
Yeah,
enough.
this will be a massive
Unless he
amount
goes
of
west.
points.
He's in Queensland, so
Yeah, really good Queensland guess here. There are definitely times where I like say something and then the player gets it right, and I'm like, "Can you hear me?" But 99% sure that as long as everything was going correctly, that no one could have heard anything distinct at least. So yeah, really solid Queensland guess here. But yeah, it was Brisbane area.
it was Brisbane. All right.
Wow.
Good
I think
pick.
I had that. I had a
So that'll
similar
do
round
it
later on
for
that
Game one.
got me
Yeggog
to
winning.
Brisbane region.
So matches.
Starting up.
Good game
There's
one.
next-
It seems like, I mean, we're kind of getting to the point where we're not really getting blown out of the water in the first couple of rounds. This one just looks like Senegal, like the big truck blur, the general like sparse
It's got such
architecture.
a chunky blur, yeah.
Yeah, and really no follow
And the
cars
nothing,
or anything.
yeah, the nothing. that
Yeah.
there is.
Basically everything I
Look
said.
at Kenya.
Like Kenya is possible here because there was that Kenya round earlier that didn't have a follow car. But this dry and like this like type of white brick-ish architecture should be Senegal most of the time.
There's a chance. I want to say it's a small chance. That's correct. I like Senegal a lot more here, but
They both went
I've
Kenya,
been
which is
baited by
interesting.
rounds that look like this
Well, we
in
have a
Kenya,
double
so.
Kenya. This is all the way east.
Basically, no one lives up here in Kenya, in this like very, very northeastern region. And there's such limited coverage. I think it's only on main roads, so you wouldn't have like a dirt road inside of a town.
Yeah.
Twinkachu
Very Western as well.
good 40 points.
Yeah, neither of them zoomed in, so I don't know exactly where it is, but fairly Western. Might have been like Cowlack area.
What do we have here?
Yeah, so I think this was just Hungary based on the language. And also, I think there were holy poles.
Is that like Hungary or
Hungarian? Yeah.
I thought
The SZ in particular is very popular in Hungarian. I think you get it in Polish as well, but nothing else in that like 1 or 2 words made me think it would be Polish.
Yeah, so on the left here you have these holy poles. These are the lot thinner ones compared to the ones that we saw in Romania earlier. This is the type that you get more often in Hungary and Poland, as opposed to like the super large ones.
So Hungary makes sense.
Yep.
They're both in
Both
Hungary.
of them are in the same area.
Yep.
I definitely said they were both in Hungary when one is in Slovakia.
Not too bad,
Oops.
especially without multipliers. So
That
I would
these
assume
first
so.
few rounds
Yeah.
would do it to them.
we do have a car here.
Yeah, it just says Senegal. I'll wait for you to zoom into it.
Republic du
It
Senegal.
also does say just say Sen-
Yeah. Does it say a town name? I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Yeah, I don't think any of these is a, unless Republique was a, I mean, Republique is obviously just nation, but I don't think there was any town info on it, but Senegal was
Get the
obvious
right
here.
town Does it say the town? I don't think so. Fairly green, so you might want to lean more south, but
Yeah, they might as well try to read as much as they can here.
yeah, you do have 2 minutes for the round, but any second.
Yeah, this is kind of like the level of tournament
give up is another-
where you know that your opponent is going to get the right country, so you want to squeeze as much time as possible and try and get the right region. Because, I mean, like, my matches in Grands were a lot longer because I know that my opponent knew where it was, so I just had to work on getting the right guess as opposed to just the right country. Like, early on, you could just insta-lock the country and then get it right if you know that your opponent's not going to get it right. But the later you go, and I think this is probably like the second match where you could say where it's like very reasonable to just like take your time and actually like try and land something. So yeah, I mentioned that it was green, which you do get in the southern half. There is some greenery up in like the northern bit, but not as much. Like it's kind of rare and it's really coastal. But yeah, this was just near like the
So far south.
It was
the
just
major
south
city
of,
down
like,
here.
The one major city down there, so
There's a lot of green in the
Japan
map
again
there,
here.
yeah.
once again,
Uh,
Japan with
Twinkachu
very
some
limited
power
info,
poles.
This is gonna be
except for the
Hokkaido.
except for the
Those
Hokkaido arrow.
arrows on top of the on one of the
Oh,
poles
that's
that
for
we saw. That
when
is
it snows a lot?
Yeah, it tells you where the lane is when it's snowing, because you know they get a lot of snow.
Well,
I mean,
I've seen
this is
those
kind of an
videos.
exception to what I just said. I mean, like, if you know it's Hokkaido, you're not going to find any other info to really get anything. So let me just click Hokkaido
Where the
here.
snow's just piled high
Yeah.
all the way up.
Yeah, so this is going to be the North Island of Japan specifically. Twinkachu going fairly south, so I wonder if you. But we'll
further
get
north?
some.
Yeah, neither of them getting Hokkaido here. Unfortunate.
Yep.
The
Just in
Hokkaido
middle
snow
of
arrows
Hokkaido,
are
but
pretty well
neither of
known,
them
I'd
got
say.
it, so not a ton of points. So we have what looks like a Taiwan pole paint. The black and yellow you see on yeggog screen is a you get that in Taiwan.
Yeah, and I know Japan has the vertical
Right.
stripes, right? Yeah.
Yep, and then or am I wrong? Nope, yeah, because South Korea has them.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Korean ones, which have the same diagonals, but they only go for like a short distance, kind of like Japan's. Taiwan's go all the way to the ground.
As well, but they don't go all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both get Taiwan here. It's not that
So
hard,
they're both in
especially with the Chinese. I actually don't know. I completely blocked out that I had seen Chinese earlier. I was like, oh, maybe it's Korea. No, this is
Not much
Certainly
damage
Taiwan.
happening here. Actually, right in between them.
Basically nothing. So one less than optimal guess could be it if the other person gets it. This might be an interesting one.
Yeah, we
Somewhere
have
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, we have no words here. So
yeah. What is there
Yeah.
here to really
this
go
player's
off
going
of?
to be-
There's
Oh, I lied.
so barely words here. I think they may have been able to read it on their screens, but I certainly could not and still cannot. So
We do have some words here.
Barely. So Twinkachu going immediately into Thailand. Possibly. I don't think the poles are Thai poles.
yeah, so we are driving on the left, but like I would definitely go Indonesia or Malaysia here.
Yeggog looking at somewhere
The
in
border.
Borneo,
Yeah,
which
the
is
border of.
Yeah, and it was just
Indonesia, but on
East Java. A lot of points.
So,
Right.
Good.
That was a pretty
good
big-
chunk of points
damage.
there, yeah.
Pretty big damage.
One more and that'll be it.
Yeah, but it's still one good guess from Twinkachu. Could
Absolutely.
tie this up.
This is
Once again, North America.
very likely the U.S. or I suppose
Yeah,
Canada.
maybe I should look into a different map that
But
doesn't
it
have this
looks
much US.
more,
Or maybe I should keep it because it is a bit more accessible for the
more
people that are
around
from the
Arizona,
US to
Arizona,
be like, oh, I know that.
Utah, New Mexico. There's a chance it's Nevada even, but with mountains or like even like plateaus like that, I like the Four Corners states a lot more, and they're both looking very close to the same area, right around.
I did guess like the
Phoenix.
same region here.
And it was Wyoming. Okay,
Wyoming.
right near
Wyoming was
Utah.
tough. I don't know what town that was, but it seemed relatively populated. Maybe that was nope, can't remember it. The college
Not enough
town in
points.
Wyoming.
We're still in it.
Yeah, and now, I mean, this becomes the territory where it can become anyone's game with
Yeah, for sure.
3 times multiplier.
Absolutely good.
Pretty obvious info here. Kuala Lumpur. Hong Kong, maybe? It's hard to read here, but it was a bit more readable on my screen, and obviously very readable on theirs. This is Ipoh underneath Kuala Lumpur.
Info
It's just
here.
difficult because they're all in the same direction, and they're all
But how far? Because
fairly...
Kwanton is also on that map. It is on the other side of the
Yeah.
country as KL. So
I think you go very south
maybe
here
look
because of
something
that.
Closer first, like find Ipoh,
Or northern, I
which
think they
is,
all was pointing them
Yeah.
south, so...
like above
This
Malaysia.
is yeggog's game to lose here, because there's no way Twinkachu can win from this.
This sign would have had street numbers on it. I don't think that was readable even from the players, but that would have helped a lot.
With
Yeah,
this
no,
if they were.
If they both go relatively south Malaysia, I think you're going to be close. Unless it's north. I mean, who knows? But it
Yeah,
was just near KL.
Yep.
Pretty.
that was enough to do it. Yeah, that might have been a matter where you try and like look at the numbers on the sign and see what you can get, but like everything being in the same direction is so difficult when you have one that's here. Ipoh, I think, is north of KL, and then yeah, Kwanton's on like the very eastern edge. So
And,
that's a hard
yeah,
one if you don't have
that is
any further
in
info.
fact it.
And now I go play again.
And now
so.
we have the two
All right, back to me playing.
Very lucky. No, I'm still.
do well. We have our semi.
Yeah, this is the first one where map changed to an official world, which is less not guaranteed to be near dense coverage, which is what an informed world was. So here on out, it's an official world for the maps.
Finals and our finals. So we are going to be moving to an official world here. Slightly different.
See, Richard
map.
knew. I forgot to mention it before I got
Potentially
up,
less
but you know.
information for our players as we go into this map.
Yeah, so this one kind of right out of the gate. Seventh Ace knew this area code. I didn't.
Or we're just gonna go straight up.
I
on
just
the-
knew it was South US, kind of just based on the vibe and the trees.
You know. Oh,
But yeah, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure she just knew the area code, which
If you know your
nice.
area code.
Chris.
yeah, solid guess to
Hal
start. And I
has
was like,
got
all
a
right,
straight up tree
it's like
for
this
you
then.
if you
So
like that.
this was the one where I think I went Panama and Costa Rica or vice versa. But I think there is the car. Yeah, so you have this car on the right, which is yeah, Panama, Costa Rica, and I guess Kenya, but this one's very much not Kenya, especially because you have Spanish.
So we got Spanish here.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I went kind of hedging both. I definitely scanned Costa Rica to see if I can find it. It was such a small place
you're
that
good.
was
Yeah,
not
looks
findable
like both
regardless,
players
but
Around the same spot. We're in
I think it
Boca.
was Panama.
So how do you know this is Panama?
Unless I went
Uh,
Panama and
it's
Costa
just
Rica.
because
Yeah,
of the
whatever.
car.
It
I
was
guess
such a
it's
tiny
not
place.
Panama.
That's not findable. It
I
was
do believe
literally just a POI.
Both of
So
those countries have similar cars.
yeah, so this was only live if you were at GDQ. This how the tournaments work there is they're run and then they're recorded and they're uploaded on YouTube. So this was uploaded sometime last week. The tournament was on Tuesday, so a week ago around this time actually. So now I'm kind of just doing a VOD review of everyone's play, including my own.
But
But yeah, I need to figure out how to differentiate Costa Rica and Panama because I'm not 100% sure.
yeah, I know.
/
especially
learn Costa
recently,
Rica.
There was
but-
big news when Costa Rica was released.
This one was weird
Especially
because
recently, there.
you have all these palm trees, right? It's very dry. So a reasonable like NMPZ guess I feel like would be like very, very, very North Brazil or like very, very, very North Colombia.
Was
Then I turn
when
around
Costa Rica
and
was
see
released.
the antenna, which combat enjoyers are punching the air right now. You have this antenna, which has the, like, 3 stripes on it, which you get in Cambodia. So this is Cambodia, and I picked that up. I assumed that they wouldn't know it. And just go, like, dry part of Cambodia. Because this is, I would say, not a typical Cambodian round. Like, if you don't really know the antenna, I don't think it's easy to get. So I insta-lock, which is definitely pressure.
So we'll
But,
see if she is able to figure that out.
I think it worked out, because I think I got a
super
lot of
dry,
points on this.
So.
Yeah, I think this was
Like
pretty hard
hard
Cambodia.
Um,
Yeah, I think the
depends
Panic
if
Guess
this
from
is a
Turkey
reason
kind of
or
did
not.
it, and that was a 3-round. Or no, it wasn't a 3-round, because I had lost the first round.
A
Look,
lot
man.
of damage there from swooce. We're gonna
Yeah.
need to see 7
So definitely the confident insta-lock on a round that I identify as, like, this is probably going to be bait. Or, like, a tricky round, so.
Brazil? I'm not entirely sure, because the way that I
Yeah, so this one was interesting. You have the poles, the other Brazil poles. They do have the holes in them, which is more common in Portugal.
equate
I think this
Brazil
was
as it
Brazil,
has
right?
US road lines, but it's slightly redder.
Sun was south, which I think was a little
Yes.
bait as well. But, yeah, I think I just go Brazil.
That makes sense.
It looks like we're
Especially
all
with these, like, big palms in the
on a river,
background.
too.
Yeah, it definitely looks like South
And
America.
I mean, obviously Brazil, the home of the
equatorial climate.
Amazon River, so there's definitely
Yeah.
a lot of rivers around there. We'll see if either player can figure that out.
Yep. This would never be a bridge over the Amazon, because there are no bridges over the Amazon. I think what I was looking for, like, zooming in on these
Can figure
palms,
that out.
was I wanted to see if either of these were Brazil nut trees, which you get in Accra, which is, like, way western Brazil. But they were just palms, which I don't really know my palms that well in Brazil. But I want to say you get these ones more, like, northern. But I'm not sure. That was kind of just my vibe. And it was very northern, so I have another decent guess, which was way more than enough to
And
finish
yeah,
the
it
first
is-
game.
It is somewhere in the Amazon.
This was best of 5
Would've
as
been fun
well,
if it was
so
Colombia.
But hey, it's a best of
yeah,
5.
I was
so
happy
we
with
are
that
gonna have
guess.
some more matches. How do
I
you
have some.
feel
I actually have some
about,
really good Brazil guesses this
You
event.
know, the
I think
best
out of
5
2, but
coming up. Do.
I feel like it doesn't matter. I'm gonna lose to Swoop.
yeah. So this one, I mean,
That's
obviously it said Queensland. So this is one where it's like your opponent is going to know it's Queensland. They know where Queensland is. Try and find this, which I couldn't.
kind
But
of how I'm feeling about
Alright,
it.
well,
turns out
Queensland,
Tambourine is like a
that's
mountain.
kinda obvious, so
I
it'll
think
be
it's
somewhere in this.
Portugal.
Tambourine
Yeah.
can find it.
definitely scan.
Looks like 7, 8.
I don't know if I saw a power pole that had the little Brisbane thing on it, but
Bit
yeah.
further away here.
Mount Tambourine is down there. I
That's
would
south
not
of
have known.
Brisbane.
Yep.
So I kind of just clicked near population and hoped it was right. And it was enough. And then I zoom in on Boyland because that's funny. And no one picked up on it. So here we have Italian bollards. Spoilers, this isn't Italy. I wasn't sure. So this big mountain in the background, I was figuring middle Italy, because you kind of have that like the Tuscany area, I think, is very mountainous. Never mind, I clicked north. So you have that mountain, which is in the north part of Italy.
Swoosh going.
Very quick.
But yeah, these bollards are, you get them in Italy, San Marino, and Albania. And it was San Marino, so
Basically,
I would not have a location like that, especially this far away from like the middle of the like center of the country, is, I don't know.
With San Marino.
That's tough.
I had one of those in practice. It was like, oh.
There are other San Marino clues, but there were none there as far
It
as I'm
looked
aware.
like Alpine Italy because it is such a mountainous little country.
What's
Yep.
here? New Zealand bollard.
We do have New Zealand here, so we'll see
Nag
if either
Road.
player can determine which island. You can notice.
Yeah, also I've been mentioning a lot, the Chilean and New Zealand poles look the same. New Zealand has this little like metal thing, like a possum guard, on their poles, then Chile doesn't. So that's the main identifier, but it's not guaranteed that they have them. They just typically do in New Zealand. So
By the bollards, they hug around. The red hugs are.
as to North or
So
South Island, I
players
think I got it
would
wrong,
so-
but I
so
kind of
don't
just
argue
tried to
over
hedge
there.
between the two.
And it was super
Yeah.
far north in New Zealand.
Region guessing New Zealand is
Chip it
fairly
away
difficult.
here. Again, I think that is going to be Seventh Ace's path to victory here. Chip away, little by little.
Yep,
This one-
survive, really.
Was kind of another insta-lock because I figured it was a hard round, and I knew that
Enough.
So
I think I zoom
Seventh
into
Day's
them.
victory here. Swooce is
Come
going
on.
to be pretty close most of these rounds. So 7th Day's going to
Maybe not. Maybe I just like logged it in my mind.
little by
These bollards, you can like barely see them. They're like little concrete posts. They're painted white with a black stripe and then white again. That's Thailand. Also, these signs are kind of more set up to driving on the left. It's on a curve, so I guess you can go either way. But I know that these bollards are Thai, and I figured there's no other information, so I might as well just insta-lock.
This is another.
I went north central because it's a bit more mountainous. Should have gone more northwest because it's like much more mountainous, but
For some reason, I thought Mexico.
this was kind of another one that I just relied on like a panic guess.
Yeah, or central.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All right. Well, someone's getting big points here.
They didn't get their guessing in time, but it really didn't matter because it would have been so far away. So unfortunate, but
A couple points at best.
yeah, that was just near Chiang Mai.
those are tough.
Yep. Yeah, Swooce going to be using some knowledge here to
Brazil pull again.
try to get those fast guesses in on those harder rounds.
I think this one was like my really good guess.
So what's your
So the thought process behind Northeast Brazil was, I think, just the amount of palms, both like in this little forest or like whatever, and then just all the ones outside. Also just being very flat. I don't know if I look. Did I zoom in? Okay. So I did just zoom in. A big thing for Brazil that I use is, let's see if I can pause on this
yeah,
frame.
Swooce going to be using some knowledge here to try to get those fast guesses in on those harder rounds.
Yeah, so a big thing that I use in Brazil is you have the power pole. There's these little support beams below it. If the pole does not have them, it is very much more likely to be in the north of Brazil as opposed to the rest of it. Not always. There are, of course, exceptions. So I wanted to see if this was like very, very north or like somewhat north, like northeast. So the presence of these kind of dissuaded me a bit from like the max north of Brazil. And I found that pretty reliable, especially if it doesn't. So that's kind of why I go here as opposed to like up on like the north coast, but kind of minor overall. But yeah, just the sheer amount of palms. I was thinking northeast, and the pole, I knew it was Brazil regardless, so.
Things are expensive nowadays, so, you know, by all
So I was
means,
kind of
don't-
thinking
don't
about it,
subscribe.
but
You-
this was possibly my best guess this event. Like, this was right on it.
Free
I was really happy with this.
You know,
Yeah.
So shout out.
Yeah, got the correct state and everything.
Am I allowed to shout out?
Yeah, yeah,
Shout out
absolutely.
That was cool.
Fantastic.
So,
That's the one I use
Yeah.
because it's the one I found out about. Oh,
Alright.
sorry.
Yeah,
Game
I'm
two.
Yeah, Swooce just won. I mean,
Yes.
very close guess in Brazil there. So very.
yeah, I was really happy about that
Swooce
guess.
getting 2-0 lead in this best of 5. It's going to be a first to 3 here, so we will see how.
What do we have here? Driving on the left, white car, kind of doesn't matter in this case, but driving on the left and this black and white pole is going to be Malaysia. That's kind of it.
He's going to need to claw back 3.
So you know you're driving on the left because that is the back of the car. Sometimes you can see the front of the car visible, but it's more like a blur as opposed to like a distinct, like, sharp frame, I guess.
GeoGuessr
I think I was just checking if there was any, like, relevant, like, pole meta. So on Borneo, there's 2 states in Malaysia, or provinces or whatever. There's Sarawak and Sabah. Sabah has the pole, has like a pole like this, where it has this like metal on top. But there's also a much wider second metal pole. So without seeing this, I figured it probably wasn't there. Sarawak, the main tell for that is in a lamp, which isn't visible at all in this panorama. But they have a lamp that comes off the power pole, and then like another like attaching like thing to it. That's hard to explain, but other than that, I don't really know. I was just checking if there was a little, like, mainland pole paint here, and there wasn't. Which doesn't exclude you from the mainland, but doesn't, you know, like, it could be either, even without it. So, it was Sarawak here, which is on Borneo. I went mainland because I really wasn't sure. I don't know. So, good guess from 7/8 here.
Yep.
And this car in this country,
I
get these
agree.
bollards. Unfortunately,
Russia, just based on square concrete poles.
So the bollards
then you
kind of
know
it.
where it is.
benefit.
Yeah.
It would, if you could ban it like wobbling,
Yeah.
I think they would.
I do.
But you
Yeah.
can't.
I figured this one was kind of more north just from the terrain being a little bit less like dense with trees and stuff.
Because it's just
But
pictures.
still
Something I do
kind
like
of
is
hard.
I know Jake Lyons, who is a creator that really, if you were closer, then you would get the point. Or if you 5K'd.
Yeah,
fast,
so I
you
went
would get the point.
north-ish, but I would not have. I think this one was also near Archangel-esque, but I would not have wanted to commit that far north. So I went north-ish, but not
As
a
opposed
ton.
to Just
And then when I saw that they were out east, I mean, I wasn't confident that it wasn't east, but I wasn't really super
Hiding out where
concerned
things
that it might have been.
But yeah, looks like both players in Russia, but
But yeah.
Russia, massive country,
St. Petersburg.
massive points.
Near
Yeah,
St.
Russia's
Petersburg.
hard. I mean,
Surprising. Definitely looked more remote.
Yeah, both of them kind of even on points here, so we'll see.
this one, I think I got this one
Where they end
wrong,
up going.
but this was a visible word, and it looked, whatever the language is out in, like, South, like, might have been Swazi, like, East South Africa, and also South Botswana. So this one I think was a long round, because I think I was scanning a bit.
Yeah, that is all in English.
I eventually went Botswana, just because it was so flat.
So I would
And it was
assume
like a little
probably
bit over the
as
border in South
rural
Africa, so I'm not too mad about the guess, even though it was the wrong country. But yeah, the Kenya guess, I don't really know if that was super well founded.
See.
Like, there was really no obvious car here or anything.
where
It
they end up
may
going.
have been because of this not a follow car, but the car behind the Google car, but I'm not super sure the reason behind that. But yeah, language plus just very flat is kind of this region, if not just all of
I
Botswana.
don't think that would
But
be-
like I said, it wasn't Botswana, so just over the border.
And it is South Africa,
South Africa.
right over the border from Seuss's guess.
46 points
46.
remaining here, so that was fun.
Dream.
Definitely doable.
So one round away, potentially.
This one was fun. So immediately I see the
So
Iceland bollard. So this bollard, the yellow one with the little white cap, that's only in Iceland, like guaranteed. The rest of the one did not feel like Iceland at all. It's
one round
very,
away.
very green. You kind of have like the black, like volcanic soil on the side of the road, but like, Or the Russia round a couple ago had it.
Potentially.
Also this yellow sign you get in Iceland, but like I said earlier, you get that elsewhere as well.
Like
So
Iceland, I believe.
other than that bollard, like, this does not feel like Iceland. So
It looks a
It's
bit
just
like
very
Iceland, yeah.
dark.
I kind of just click Iceland and have Google Maps problems.
Obviously,
and,
Iceland is pretty far up there.
I don't know.
Half of the
This
year
was
it's completely dark, so.
This isn't a bait round, but it was interesting.
True. I'm surprised since there's no trees at all.
Yeah, so I just clicked kind of a flat-ish area, try and line up a main road, but from here I saw they were in Bosnia, and I was like, all right, that's game, because it was so close. So
And that is going to seal
That's
it.
gonna be it.
so GG on that one.
Nicely done.
I don't think I commented this one. Wow, yeah, because I had to go to the bathroom.
On the
So I don't know if I've actually seen this match.
Honor, a person can
Yeah,
have
really. Second, best of 5.
to the official
Yes, we
world
did.
rather than the information.
All right, so right-hand drive, truck. This is Diaz, so it should be Ecuador.
Informational world or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Identifiable. Got a big white truck driving on the right.
We got some.
Look, YouTube comments liked your commentary here, so it should be good. This is Tuba. We're in Tuba.
It's like more French.
Never
yeah,
mind,
so
it's on Ecuador.
Definitely.
Senegal, obviously.
I don't know if GameIt
controlled,
guessed.
conquered by
I
France.
don't know if GameIt guessed Tuba there, but Namibia here.
In the past.
I mean,
of
Mhm.
sorts.
you're driving on the right, which is like the only major issue. Otherwise, I don't think it's a bad guess. I think Namibia is more deserted versus what this one looks like. But
Yes.
I don't know if Namibia was, but
Cover.
okay, well, it wasn't Tuba,
yeah, we got
so
Senegal here. Very nice guess going into this first round from games.
me cameo.
Bridge over some water. Very
Um,
sparse trees in this area.
Yeah, very
This camera looks kinda
Scandinavian.
not great quality either.
It's not great.
I'd probably go
No
Finland here.
Signage to work off of.
I'm trying to look at these license plates. They look
it's a
kinda
tough
short.
ask.
Like middle north Finland, maybe.
Ooh.
So if they are shortish, I
Yeah,
would
no
guess
info.
It was like super North Canada or like Alaska, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lost on this one,
They're
but
very,
you know,
yeah,
Evan,
wispy birch trees.
Yeah, I
here.
don't know.
yeah,
It could
I
be
would
Canada.
going
I feel like I would be
way
going
up
more
north.
north. Yeah,
But
but obviously
it's a
there's
good
not.
looks like we're getting.
Yeah, I prefer
Sweden
GameIt's
versus
guess here.
Canada,
That was
and it
Finland,
was
yeah.
Finland.
Yep.
That is a
2-rounder. Eek.
Ends up taking.
right. We've got very mountainous.
I think I remember. I don't know if I remember this round. This is just Philippines, I think. From the white license plate, from the language on the left here being like Southeast Asian language.
Terrain, we've got super.
Oh, yeah. So, I did watch this round, and this misinformed me later on. So yeah, these roofs that are on GameIt screen are North Sumatran. So they have like the very like curved look to them.
Understood.
And
differences,
GameIt
we
knows
do have
that
the, like,
and goes
black
North
and white
Sumatra.
stripe.
You typically get them near like the big lake that's in North Sumatra, but whatever. They can be anywhere, so that's not like a hard location meta. But yeah, West Sumatra has different roofs that look like this, and there's another region, spoilers for later, that also has these, but they are different. So
Right?
Let me just say that
So, yeah.
person's shirt has so much text.
North
on it.
Sumatra here.
This is like a paragraph on there. I
Actually,
feel like you've
Sialagan may be a place, I don't
gotta be
remember,
walking.
but
Yeah.
I think the other one's
regardless.
Malay.
really good North
Both
Sumatra
can
guess
get it.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, Indo.
There we go.
Yeah, and it is Indo.
Yeah, and it's on that lake as well. But
Yep. Way the. That's not the Java Island. But
all right, what is
far
here?
left one. Does that
I
say
think
I'm
that
trying to read that. I don't even know.
It has the
TR?
S with the
Yeah.
squiggly.
Mm.
Yeah.
on
Yeah, I
the
was
bottom.
Turkey
looking
makes
for the
sense.
TLD there. That
What
was
So
I
yeah,
looked
here
for-
the phone number is 05, so that's just a cell phone number. So you can't really region guess based on that.
Turkey.
I don't think this 444 is anything.
is the water towers on top of the houses.
Oh, that's there's the S squiggly there in the part of Turkey,
Yeah.
so I'd be going.
And finally we have the trapezoid looking insulator stack on a pole. So Turkey is pretty guaranteed here.
Kind of central west or central east rather. So I like Yeggog's guess a good bit.
Yep. One singular sign here to try to figure out where it is.
Okay, north.
Region guessing, that's tough.
Kind of
Even has like snow coverage in some spots.
Mhm.
It's very
This
very
one,
varying.
yeah, and they recently expanded out east as well.
what was this one?
Yep, trying to find any information. Oh, yeah, all the signs
Like-
look pretty far away here.
Concrete poles. There's like a pine tree on the left feed. Trying to tell if there's any like
So
obvious
you're gonna be
poles. This
relying a
Kade
lot on the
looks
infrastructure, and unfortunately,
Spanish.
I'm not an infrastructure expert.
Which is not very
I like how there are two signs.
I
for
was not sure where
6:30.
this one
And,
was.
Like, the first sign
Turkey
wasn't
again
working.
makes
Let's get the
sense.
second sign in there. Yeah, you've kind of got
Unless
to
it's
reach
like
the point
Peru
where-
or
so
something.
you're
I
trying
don't
to
remember
figure
this
out
where this one
how to play
was.
that game. Oh, maybe there's just a small thing. See where
One guess-
Yeggog ends up going.
Yeah, one guess in Turkey, one guess
Yeah,
in Romania.
Turkey
Good
again.
guess
Is
on
mid-Turkey.
Turkey.
And that's game 2.
Oh no! And or the very first round did like
All right.
1,800 damage. There's this
Yeah.
slight spark of
So, yeah,
hope. I'm like,
Spanish
just
here.
one- No.
Definitely northern
Yeah,
hemisphere.
so maybe Yeggog,
So,
you're not feeling
you
too
go
much
Spain
pressure
here.
either. You know, just gonna be enjoying some GeoGuessr.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're here
It is,
for.
in fact, a fun game. You
I don't know what this flag is. It's not a Spanish flag.
I mean, I'm a big fan of geography.
Closer to like a
It's
Mexican
a lot
flag,
of fun.
but
like, if you're just interested in seeing different parts of the world and just looking around, it's
I like
it's
the
very
little
interesting
checkerboard
to
pattern here.
recognize
But yeah,
differences.
no
What
real
was-
info unless this Farabordos is a thing, but you're never going to
The
find that in
mountain
Spain. Finding locations in Spain
This
is very
feels
difficult.
Like Spain, and that probably has a region. I wonder if
It
that's
does,
a
but
regional
that
flag up
license
north.
plate looks weird.
Was it a Euro plate? It feels
It's a
something
long
like
guess
that.
here.
north.
Yeah, the rounds are
I
definitely
like
getting longer
the- I
here.
like the number in the Catalan region.
Yeah, very northeastern Spain is
Not that much
interesting.
damage
I don't
either
know.
way in this
I don't know if
first
there's any
round,
information to get
so
that,
we'll see how
but
these preceding rounds go.
Right.
hi.
Yeah, that looks
Looks
like
tie.
tie. Yep.
Yeah. Fun fact: tie is what Swooce learned for last GeoGuessr
It's true.
competition.
Fun fact: in the last 6 months, Swooce forgot tie.
That's also true.
I think there a flag down the street? Yeah, Thai
Yeah.
flags everywhere in
Yeah,
Thailand.
there's, I mean, from those two like samples of language, there's really nothing that you really, maybe that like temple had something on it, but I don't think so. To actually pull out like a regional name from this, so probably not.
I remember Swooce
So,
was telling me, oh,
like
from the last two
middle-ish.
characters, you can kind of generally figure out where things are. And then this event, Swooce
But otherwise, in Thai, you have this like very straight lamp that comes off the poles. The poles also have a bunch of holes in them, but the language is
is
obvious
like,
enough.
yeah, I kind of forgot. Maybe you don't.
Where was it?
Turns out not regularly used information.
Yeah, just
Way
way
out
eastern.
there.
I mean, like I said,
you
maybe
don't
there's
read
info
Thai
there,
anyway,
but
so
probably
it's
not.
a lot more difficult.
Duolingo for GeoGuessers. We need to learn
Only street and like,
street,
yeah.
road.
Yeah.
What is here? So based on this guardrail, it's not Czechia or Slovakia. Just maybe could look like just from like the squarish architecture. They have different guardrails. Other than
We got
that,
zone, the European universal word for
yeah, zone
speed
is
limit,
everywhere. I mean,
we'll see where this ends up being.
Belgium is an interesting guess. I don't really know
So an
why.
initial placement in Belgium.
Oh, is it this pole? It could be this pole. Hard to see, but it does have holes in it. Which, I mean, you rarely get in Belgium,
I'm
I
not
feel.
sure, where
The
this
brick
would be
buildings
on-
make sense for Belgium, or like Denmark or something.
There's just so little info here.
That zone. Oh,
Yeah, I think it's the brick
font
building is why
feels
I
like it
went
was Italy, but
Belgium.
Nothing about this.
A lot of
I
water.
feel like that for their canal.
Where was it? No, it was
Okay, yes,
Belgium, yeah.
Belgium.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice
brick
job.
building, and I guess the pole makes sense for that. So,
Good call on that early, Richard.
half HP here, so we'll see. You know, yeggog having a little bit of work to do, and we'll see if you can with Madonna doing
Madonna
a show
concert.
here. That's actually
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't
cool
know if
because
this was any
Madonna's not gonna go
info.
to a small city, right? Like Madonna's definitely got to
It's-
go to a pretty big.
some
city.
unreadable signs in the
You know, you
distance.
might- but she's
These blue signs. I don't really know if that tells you much.
got such pull. So
But yeah,
that's
that
European
deal I don't think is
languages.
anything either.
I'm sure
Turkey
that's
makes sense kind of off the vibe. Like,
This round.
but you're under an overpass here. There's not a lot
here,
to go off of. This could be like Serbia or something weird. I don't know.
Yeah, Belgrade.
Okay, it was
probably?
Serbia. I said that because I think I remembered it. But yeah, main thing for Serbia is you typically don't have an antenna in the car. But like, I don't know. That's a tough get. Like South Central Europe is reasonable, I feel.
All right, I guess check out Madonna's Eastern European tour coming up soon.
Paraguay car is this gray car.
Coming up soon whenever Google went over there.
Yeah,
That's
whenever
it, I
Google
think.
did this.
I think that's all there was here.
Me when I take the Google camera into the Madonna concert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
GameIt trying to look at the year here, trying to see maybe some information as to when this cover.
Other than that,
I didn't get.
If
to
you don't
see
know
it.
the car, I don't know what you go here. Like this is
Long big
nothing.
Blur on the car here. Yellow center lines. White outside.
The yellow
sun
centers might
rays
put you in South America,
almost directly
but
overhead, slightly
Yeah,
south.
I'm pretty sure
initially
it's a
thinking it was
Paraguay
South
car.
America.
I don't know why they're driving on the left, unless it's the back that's visible.
You know, we famously do not have a good track record in
Yeah,
South
I know.
America.
I guess Argentina or something.
If you kind of look, that
Gray, like Paraguay had some gray.
I forget.
Yeah,
those
Richard did
players
say
do
Paraguay
seem
here.
A little
Yeah, they
unsure
both were
of their
very
guess.
unsure.
Yeah,
Wait,
Nigeria, one in
I
Kenya.
don't think this is.
That was Kenya.
Okay.
Never mind.
Wow.
Well,
They were driving the
so
left
that's why
then.
they're in this
Yeah.
round.
So then what is... I guess I've never seen that Kenyan car then. Until this round. Because I think I was also pretty dead set on Paraguay, because that's like the gray thing you get here. So I guess not. Maybe there is more info.
Argentina or something.
If you
But
know, again,
I would have
Yeah,
lost here.
no,
That's why
not
we're
us.
here.
Yeah, it's
Cool. So yeah,
victory
that's
from
a
GameIt.
interesting
Really
Kenya.
good fight. Versus this is the best
All right,
part
third place match. So 2 more matches to go.
here. We got a cable stay bridge here.
Was this the Dominican Republic one again?
This
Yep.
is-
So Dominican Republic, once again, showing up. This one's 5 cable for sure with this bridge, but again, bars on the car with the rubber.
Alright, this is DR. I
Dominican
was
Republic.
waiting for the car. I knew there was some sort of car meta here, if this was either Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic or something, but we saw this one earlier. This is
Yeah, so Puerto Rico would not have been out of the question if this was like no car meta. I may have thought that because there's no front plates on the cars. Puerto Rico doesn't have front plates.
The Dominican Republic car. This should be 5K-able, honestly.
I mean, there's not that many
Yeah,
large
there's not that many
bridges like
bridges.
this. Like, this is definitely some notable.
So yeah, again, neither of them
places
getting
connect these.
DR,
neither player
unfortunately.
will get it. Or probably,
But
it's something. But could have been a 5K, honestly.
me
SMH
thinking they can
players not
5K
5K-ing
it.
everything.
No 5Ks in the tournament so
Alright,
far.
This one,
That'll change.
Some Eastern Europe somewhere.
Finland.
Yeah, so main thing here is kind of this blue sign, which I don't
We
really
have
know
5
if
on
it was
the
readable,
pedestrian
but
walkway sign, so it's not going to be like Russia or something.
Because Russia's 3.
Right. Does Serbia make sense here? I don't know, actually. Perhaps.
I don't
it
remember
does-
which one
it does
this
have
one
an Eastern
was.
European vibe, so you know, Serbia could work. I didn't really get a chance to see what that text was on that sign, so maybe Seventh Ace had a better insight on that than I did. Yeah, it was just
Yeah, it was Serbia.
Right,
So
very
must-
nice.
possibly saw something on that sign that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I guess you have language there to go off
Alright,
of,
2
but
rounds in,
unreadable
and,
from
yeah,
our
we got
POV.
a, flawless so
Oh.
far, but now
Dog.
we have no. Oh,
very
cute.
important dog. Black car, short plates, and that's it.
Yeah, but we got a puppy. All right.
Lot of
That's what matters.
Yeah, so I guess you go
countries
Argentina
is
here, or
weird, with a black
Uruguay or
car,
something.
and, it could just be Argentina. That doesn't really look like a typical Argentina short plate, because you usually have a black dot in there.
Yeah.
But what are your other options?
Was this
here?
one? Was this Peru
Yeah,
near
we're definitely
Lake?
trying to look at the sun here,
Unless
but
unless
it is
there's
obscured
somewhere
by clouds.
Yeah, unless there's somewhere like in
Was it
Peru
a
that
bike
looks
out?
like this. Because Chile.
There's so many trees here, though.
Yeah, Chile typically doesn't have a black car. Uruguay does. I don't know. Maybe. That honestly makes more sense than what I've been throwing out. So we'll see. Or could just be some weird Argentina. It should be it, actually.
Kenya would not be right
regardless.
here.
It
So.
was. Yeah, it was
Right
Uruguay.
on the
just on the
border.
other coast, but
That was interesting,
that's game
Uruguay.
1 for Seventh Ace.
Here, you get Cat Cam, congrats. If you've
Yep,
stayed this far in the
and,
video
Moved
or are on stream right
rapidly
now.
into Game 2.
Yeah, they're just clicking right in, and they want to get this game underway.
All right. Ooh, very snowy
Very
here.
snowy.
Any info? Barely. Saint something. That looks like a Belgian sign.
No, not intentionally. It was the first shirt I pulled out of the dryer,
The-
but it
the
works
rest of
out
the
because it's
vibe
funny.
makes sense for Belgium. Otherwise, I would have thought maybe Netherlands or something, but they're right next to each other. So
There's a. I feel like I've never seen like a.
I think I was like
checkered,
completely wrong.
Yeah,
Like
that-
I still
that's
maintain
interesting.
that like Belgium's not a bad guess here because I thought that was a Belgian like village entryway sign, especially with it being Saint something. I don't remember what exactly this one was, but I still would
We'll
go
see.
Belgium here.
it's a raceway, actually. That's the finish line. No, yeah, this should just be
Saint
somewhere in
B.
Belgium.
Saint
Yeah,
B.
Saint
yeah. When I
B,
play
Belgium.
GeoGuessr, I only
Saint
wear this
Bernard.
shirt. When I
Saint B, Belgium.
commentate, rather, I only wear this shirt.
Yeah, Saint Belgium.
This is my GeoGuessr commentary
know.
shirt.
Another player making a guess. Seventh Ace pointing
Now
towards.
these ballers also look
Czechia.
different. Usually they're like white with.
Yeah,
something.
those are interesting.
So where was this
Um,
one?
Yeggog looking at.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
is not hilly here.
It's not the
so-
middle of the Alps, unfortunately. It was,
It was
Denmark.
Denmark.
Okay.
I guess.
No
All
longer
the way
Saint
up there.
Belgium, Saint
Yeah.
but Denmark.
Yeah,
Makes sense though.
yeah, it was quite flat there.
I mean, with this red, I think you just go. Oh, English. Interesting. I was gonna say Thailand or Cambodia.
Well, I mean,
but
could that?
Yeah, I think main thing
I
here
guess I
is
still
be Portuguese.
if this is Cambodia, which I think it may have been, just very red, and also the elevated houses. So these houses, especially on the right side of the right feed here, this house is kind of like on stilts, effectively. So that's a higher tell for Cambodia or like the region of
Just the
Thailand, very
houses do
close
not
there.
look
Houses
like
don't
Brazil.
look- Okay.
There's a chance this is Cambodia and they just use English for like a resort or something.
Yeah, that
but
that
It'd probably
Oasis
be near
resort thing was
you know,
a little
populated
interesting.
Place then, right?
yeah, Seventh Ace going Cambodia, which makes sense given how red it is and you're driving on the right. Yeah, got going for the tried and true Kenya. Still not paying off. It was Cambodia. just
Very southwest
Coastal
Cambodia.
town. That makes sense why you would see some English there and not the Cambodian language. Ooh, very pretty.
This was such a nice
Yeah,
location.
gorgeous. Is this like
Should be.
Argentina?
This looks like Norway, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just these big like mountains.
Massive mountains.
Yeah, 7th Ace looking at Norway. I don't know how far north you go here.
Okay.
I do like this guess of just like the western area.
Yeah.
Very
There's
The
obviously
5K,
some sort of
the
the
valley.
almost
This is the
5K
5K?
attempt was fun, but that far in North Norway is hard
I
to
don't
get.
need to guess. North Norway is hard to get. A lot of the times you just have like no not infrastructure, no like
Info?
tree height. Like the trees are very small. The trees there were fairly large, so difficult guess. Another red soil around.
I
This
think
one could be a
there's.
little bit more.
I think there was a
Brazil,
Brazil pole
perhaps,
spotted
but
here.
It doesn't really feel right. I didn't really get a good look at
This
the
guess in
polls,
Brazil, I'm not a big fan of because there's like so little coverage over there in
Yeah,
Brazil.
that checks out for Brazil.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Something's going for
But-
Eswatini, and it
Yeah, I mean, like, for Brazil, it's like, you go all the way out here in Accra, or you go, like, down here. There's, like, so little coverage in this specific region. And also, like, all of Amazon out here. But, like, it's a hedge, I suppose, between, like, this region and Accra, if you're not 100% sure. Because, I mean, that's hard to get in a location like that, where there's literally nothing. But
was very,
Worked out.
very western Brazil.
Getting
That was
into
game
count-
2.
count 4:30.
First one looks India. That looks that might not be. That might be just Cambodia.
yeah, so...
I
Yeah.
do see the flag.
Check
there.
cam,
Cambodia
you think
makes sense.
India,
I saw
you find
that
language, you go
Camel follow, you think
Cambodia,
India,
simple
but
as.
Yeah, Cambodia 100% here.
There's also a Cambodian flag, but
Will both players get it? Yeah, looking at Vietnam. Almost is. A little.
yeah, that was actually very close to Vietnam.
Next up, we have Uruguay again.
Yeah, the third Uruguay.
Based on the
A lot of uncommon countries showed up in this tournament fairly often. Uruguay showed up 3 times. Dominican Republic showed up 3 times. Namibia showed up once. Bosnia showed up once. Nepal showed up once. No Vietnam or Oman, I don't think, for like the 2025 countries. 1 Costa Rica. So a lot of the new countries showed up. And with this map, there's a lot less North America, but a lot of North America early on in the event as well.
in the general overcast coverage, the big bulky posts.
But yeah,
that
this
the
was
signs
kind of
are
a
on.
you know the drill Uruguay.
And that's about it.
Something
So-
I did learn, something I did learn about Uruguay was most of the coverage just so happened to be when it was cloudy.
Yeah. But Colombia,
Yeah.
3,800, 1,000 more.
Yeah, so pretty
Almost
strong,
there.
pretty strong showing from 7th Ace in this 3rd place match.
As we get something. What is this?
We do, in fact, have something.
This is
we
something.
are somewhere.
Good call. This could
Was
be
this
Mexico?
one? I think this might have been Mexico. There's no laying in my lap.
Mexico kind of
Yeah,
makes
weird.
sense. Like an American, like interstate, maybe.
Yeah, I would go
Interestingly
Mexico
enough,
here.
Architecture in Spanish. Nearby.
Fire. Oh, Argentina.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
Argentina.
Alright,
That's
well,
a
we're chipping away here.
that's a
Yeah,
tough
that
one.
was-
Hell,
I don't know if there's
The,
anything there
I
that
know
tells you that was
immediately
Arch.
I looked at the sun and it was just straight up, so there was really no way of knowing what direction that was. So high noon in that one. Interesting.
Sun's
location.
straight west here.
Yeah. Oh, another really rural location.
There is nothing.
They definitely got stuck
That's
with
the
some
main
hard
difference
rounds
between
here.
This map and the other one we were playing on. This one's got hard locations in it, so
Literal nothing.
yeah. 7th Ace going Brazil. I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like this dirt
I don't
is.
think there
is
was
not red.
anything. This one could have been Colombia again.
Maybe.
Like,
I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll see if Yeggog knows.
Yeggog
It's
love
not gonna be
Kenya here.
I'll tell you that much. It is Uruguay.
yeah, that was
Uruguay.
all right. 4
Not Uruguay,
Uruguays.
But
Sunny
that's still
Uruguay.
enough to do it. So congratulations.
That was that
There.
3rd place match, and now we have finals. So
It's
Hey, a lot of that.
reaching
Yeah.
us, whether it's a black car or the Serbian flag on a little pole or whatever. But yeah,
So I'm starting off with a gorgeous round. This one is kind of just know the terrain. Like, I've seen this stuff enough that I know it's South Chile. Or like South Argentina, like the whole Patagonia area.
GameIt versus swooce
Also, you have white car.
for the
Um,
finals.
That's kind of it. I mean, even without the car, I would have known it was Chile anyways.
Right, we
Sun
are
should have
in
been
a
very north,
mountainous
yeah.
region.
So
Sun in the north.
Very
is
straightforward.
probably just
GameIt had a
The
really good
doorway
guess
for
here.
GameIt.
size of really far
Both
south.
players
in
Yeah, I mean,
Chile.
we both knew it was South Chile, but he was a lot closer, so
Way south.
a
in
little
Chile.
worried. I was a little worried in the first couple rounds here because he was
Yeah,
getting
like
some
200
really good
points
region
here
guesses,
for
and then I was able to
Swooce.
pull away. But
Yeah, a little chip damage, but
Or for
nothing major.
GameIt, rather.
Ooh,
especially this one
more
was
snow
weird too.
coverage.
Yeah. I feel like these last
Um,
few games, like
no,
yours
this is the one that he had a
and this
really good
have
guess
had more
in.
snow than we've seen.
So I mean, this is also a know your terrain, like especially with the snow. I was unfamiliar with the snow, but sun was in the north. You have this white Gen 4 car, which pretty much only puts you in South America. And with the general flatness and like snow, it was fairly clear that it was middle South Argentina.
It is.
But
Swooce?
really not a lot of
Swooce is on
info.
This road, perhaps.
Yeah, he's got a friend that Legion.
But yeah, Game I guess is a lot
Places
more
like
south
Swooce
than
is
me,
also kinda
and it was
uncomfortable with this.
really close. He was in the right
And
province,
GameIt going to get that.
so
Very
yeah, I was really impressed by this one. But
solid guess.
that was
there
close
from,
enough.
Halfway through the non-multiplier round.
This one was the first like big breakaway for me. It's not visible here yet, but I wasn't really sure immediately. My first thought was probably Turkey or something, or like Greece. The general narrowness of the roads and like these lower brick fences. Eventually, I see these sideways water tanks, which puts me in Albania. That plus the general narrowness made a lot of sense for Albania. I've done not a lot of practice, but I've had enough rounds in Albania to kind of have a vibe for it.
We're going to be
Um,
looking at this poll.
And I've seen a lot of like very narrow alleyways, kind of like this, to be confident in Albania. But mostly it was these like sideways silver water tanks.
Here, the square-shaped poll.
So
Northern.
It's in the northern
We're just
I was
gonna
happy about that one.
time.
Okay.
Region guessing,
Swooce.
I don't know. I made
Going
sure
for an
to check for
Albania
rifts,
guess.
but
Might have seen
I think he
something
went
that gave them a
Turkey
little bit
here
more
or
confidence. in
Romania
that.
or something. But yeah, I was happy
I don't
about
think it's Hungary.
this one.
Oh
Yeah,
my
nice.
'Cause that
goodness.
was a
From Swooce.
relatively
Evens this
difficult
game
round.
Up with a very good Albanian guess there. That was really impressive.
Yeah, now we are. In
This
a very
one, you have
populated
Polish,
area,
there was
so
no
a
other
lot of
info.
information from
Like,
city or town.
just a lot of
Poland
Polish.
Have in that distance. Good news.
Yeah,
able
we
to
kind of just
see
both went
anything that
middle-ish,
you
and it
not
was
much
wrong.
damage gonna-
So whatever. I
way
mean,
out to the eastern
I'm
Poland.
never gonna find a
I feel like that's a less
inner
common
city
area to get,
Poland
but
meta that works. Like that's
multiple
whatever.
rounds.
Here.
All right.
So I zoom in here. Obviously, I see Melbourne Street. This, so in Australia, which is this, yeah, on the left side of street signs, typically it tells you the town it's in. So it's not readable, but it says Ipswich. I have heard of Ipswich, and I mean, I've heard of it in Australia. It exists many other places, but I definitely knew it was somewhere findable at least.
Melbourne Street. So it's definitely not Melbourne. 'cause
So
a
I'm
lot of
like,
people
I've
don't
heard of
know that
this.
actual city.
I scanned
guess
Melbourne
Swooce knows
just
more
in
about that.
case. I figured it probably wasn't, but you never know.
Swooce immediately
very,
goes
yeah.
directly in for Melbourne,
All right.
but
Look around for more clues. Eventually I land on this, which I've talked about a couple times. This black paint with the white. I know for sure it's Brisbane, because there had been a round where it was in Brisbane. So I go over to Brisbane,
I feel like most cities
scan
are
for
in
Ipswich,
the
eventually
street
find
map
Ipswich,
system.
and then I try in
Where they're
5k,
at.
but I decide I don't care and just move on and figure it's close enough. So
all right, we've got to guess.
Yeah.
Swooce,
Very happy about that one.
recognizes, I would imagine the power poles there, and
yeah, so that was a combination of the power pole being the Brisbane one and also Ipswich being on the sign, which the fact that I can't see it here probably means that it was unreadable on the commentary stream as well, so
absolutely
makes sense.
slams
20
that
points.
guess.
20 points off a perfect score. Couldn't get much better than that.
Alright, what's this one? Black car again, just Argentina.
Did I see no plate on that car?
Yeah, this says Argentina. Other than that, there was no info on it. That was useful.
Because
So I think we both just
I
try
feel
and
like
read
that
it for a
area
while,
to
and
the
then
northeast
I see pine trees. I go where I know pine trees are, which is up in
Kinda like
Chaco
us.
area,
Uruguay,
or
that's like
Corrientes.
super forested. I know.
And it was.
What do I
So
know?
Both players, that's why they're in the finals, you know?
that was also a
You're
good
entirely
guess.
correct there. That was a
The sign did say Federal,
very solid region guess. I would have
but I would have never found a town named Federal. I
completely
mean,
obliterated. That was in Federal Argentina.
Zeus 500 points
This
away from victory.
one, Taiwan pole paint, blue little sign on the pole. If this was moving, this would have really useful info.
Here in,
But
vertical up
other
and
than
down.
that, nothing else. Chinese language. We're in the
Nice.
mountains. We both
These
basically
swirly
click the
ones
same
are
location
Taiwan.
here, middle-ish.
Oh,
So
You
pull that part
no
of that
real
word, so
concern.
53 damage, still alive. I guess Zeus gets it wrong, then.
And this one I'm a little annoyed that I missed. Immediately the houses are very Mediterranean. There was nothing else. It was literally just the houses
game
and like a number.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if there was text here. I think there is text, but it's not readable. Either from me or the commentators, surely.
have to hope for
So
something
that was
like
unfortunate,
spawn
but
into Russia and just
the general vibe was Mediterranean. But I went way too far south compared to what it was. I went near Barcelona. It was all the way up here in Italy. So
if you don't
I
see a
probably
lot
could
of
have gotten Italy here, I
guess
think,
they're
but
Half a
big
Zeus
damage.
that was pretty
itself
tough.
here.
So yeah, that was
This
big.
is what
I was a
we were
little
thinking,
worried going
is
into round
usually a
9,
couple of these
but I think this one's the
where you're
5K.
in the middle of a street, you don't see any street signs.
Oh yeah, this is the DR guess. So third time now, we have the DR car with the bars.
Yep.
I look north, I see a hill.
See
I go the
here,
northern
and
city
it
in
looks like
DR,
Zeus going to-
and it was
Barbados
right,
being
and I won
89 is
by a lot.
Dominican
So-
Republic, 49.
Yeah. So the northern city, Santiago, has a hill to the north. I made sure of that and then went.
990.
And I don't know if you panic guessed or what because I guessed so fast, but
in this best of
pretty easy.
5. And we are going to be going into our second game. Good round off of Zeus.
Very,
All
very
right.
good.
So this one was interesting actually. This one's
That's
like
how you gotta
brand
do
new
it against
coverage.
An opponent
So this car I'd never seen before. This like weird low cam-ish thing.
that is
I mentioned earlier, you have a lot of like political advertisements with different logos. So I guess this PRIN is some political party or something in Peru.
very,
Um,
very good.
There was info here. I did not read this. I did not pick up that there was info here, so I lose this round because of that. This says Cusco at the end. This is just more info. I just glanced over that completely. I don't know why, but 2026 was interesting. Must be brand new coverage if it's for some election or something in 2026, which was cool. But yeah, I definitely knew it was
2026.
Peru,
That's
just
this year,
not
happy
where.
2026,
Lima.
one Lima that we all know.
Yeah, I clicked near capital because I wasn't confident and kind of just wanted to get something. Yeah, I clicked near capital. I honestly didn't even see this bus that said Lima.
It means
Um,
going to
the beam.
Lima, so this is.
But yeah, eventually he finds the info that says Cusco and then goes closer
Yeah,
to
buses
Cusco and gets a
en
good
route
amount of points.
to
But
there. Nicely done.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess buses from everywhere go.
South America, if you
Yeah.
will.
Um,
Blessing Mart.
yeah, so the fact that this is English, just straight up English, and also has like Indonesian Malay-esque language, which is obviously Tagalog in this case, but this is just Philippines. I don't know if there was info.
Get your
At least no, this was the round. Sorry, this was not Philippines. So yeah, so I remember the North Sumatra round from earlier. That the North Sumatra has these roofs. So I insta-clicked North Sumatra. However,
blessings.
we both see the same building at the same time and both go North Sumatra at the same time. The issue with that is it's not North Sumatra. The area where this was, which is Rantai Pau over in Sulawesi, and when I see it, I'm like, oh damn, that's right. I had been looking at the Indonesian guide on Plunkett a couple days ago, a couple days prior, and it mentions that this area in central Sulawesi has those roofs, but the buildings are also elevated, which in this case they are. You can kind of see there's like a big like structure with the same roof. I had just forgotten that because I had the recency bias of that North Sumatran round earlier. So we both went North Sumatra because of that, and it was, yeah, I scroll in to make sure it was Rantai Pau area, and it was, so that was a little annoying, but that's okay. It was an early round, it really wouldn't have done that much.
It's
Absolutely.
huge. There's so many. different
This
places,
one,
it's
this one was
nasty.
tricky. So, guardrails here. There's this like flat. This is a B-type baller or B-type guardrail, where they're flat on both sides as opposed to the A-type, which is what you get in like the US. That's like curved on both the top and bottom. So I knew this was going to be Central Europe. Also, just like the vibe felt kind of like Serbian or ish.
Oh, there's a
take
couple
look.
places this could be, but it's definitely Europe.
This.
And that,
So I looked at this bollard. It's hardly visible on the right here, but in Serbia, typically, it has this black cap on top, and it has a red rectangle. However, the rectangle in Serbia is usually attached to the side of the pole instead of right in the middle. So because I saw that, I had excluded Serbia. I just wasn't sure still where it was.
sign.
So eventually I went North Macedonia because I think North Macedonia still has those same bollards.
North Macedonia for swoop.
But
You
overall,
can get roads like this. And
it was
these,
Serbia. Just
highways
the bollards
with
were different than
the
usual. So
guardrails on the side, that's what they're called, are not uncommon in a lot of laws.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm not mad about my guess. Islas, I think, just means like exit or something. But
With
yeah, I
the
think this
guess,
was just
and
Serbia.
We'll see where swoop has
I was scanning Croatia just to see if Islas was a place, but I was not confident that it would have been Croatia, like to change my guess.
up going here.
So just wanted to make
Looking
sure.
intently
But
and
yeah, it
does
was just
get
middle
a little
Serbia.
Close here with that Serbia guess.
And yeah, that just meant exit and it's not an actual
Evens it
place.
back up again, just under 5,000 health a player.
Once again, Kazakh car. I don't know
Kazakhstan,
Kazakhstan. I
with
click middle.
Russia.
Not much damage going to be done
Whatever.
as we go into our first round.
That's kind of
of a
just whatever.
1.5 times multiplier.
Going into it.
Zigzag
And
reference.
That's a player.
So yeah, this was just Russia somewhere.
Zigzag's a player.
He's very good. One
Yo,
of the
if
best.
he played in this tournament, swoop would
Oh.
lose for sure.
Zigzag, come to
Um,
GDQ, please.
Thanks for the call out.
I appreciate Swooce. They do a great job of putting this on.
Yeah, there
But
was
the
no
error
info
must have
here.
at some point
So
be car.
somewhere Russia, maybe a bit more northern. I think I went
East is
whatever.
Yeah, like this is what GameIt's thinking is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So actually, I want to see
Type
why
houses.
she thought it was east.
For some reason, I thought like these houses are like more like Eastern Russia, like above Mongolia type houses.
My favorite clue for the East is
Yeah, like this is what GameIt's
Oh, yeah.
thinking is what I was
Talks
thinking.
about the steering wheel side. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have any influence as to why I guessed here, but the main thing I use in like the area near Mongolia is just the terrain. Like if the terrain looks like very like weird rolling hills and stuff. I don't really know if there's like house meta or like different architecture styles around the different parts of Russia. I'm sure there are, but I don't know. I try to not guess
But it
Eastern
is
Russia like
on the other
ever.
side of
Unless I know
Kazakhstan,
that it is.
3,000
Yeah.
points of damage.
So I kind of just keep it close to like major population
as I
centers.
was saying, favorite clue for the East is they actually drive. They have the steering wheel on the right in
Ah,
Russia.
yes.
A lot of Japanese import cars. Looks very northern.
Yeah, so I knew this was immediately either Sweden or Estonia because of the short dashes. It took me a bit to actually lock on something because I wanted to see if the bollards were Estonian ones. So in Estonia, these bollards are round, like fully round, like post.
Here.
In
Yeah,
this
short
case,
outer
they
line.
were flat. It's really hard to tell, especially in this like quality. But basically what this is just like a half circle, like stamped out, and then just as a post instead of a full circle.
Is
oops.
Sweden. Right?
And
Long,
yeah, that put me
Otherwise
more
it's
towards
more
Sweden.
I
Yeah.
believe.
Like your Sweden guess a lot.
I went northish just because it looked northern, yeah, but still not too far from major population.
I would be going way up north,
Yeah, I
close to
have,
where it meets with Finland.
Just because like the general lack of
We'll
coverage
see.
up there,
Kind of-
and the trees aren't that thin. I mean, they are thin, but they're not like next to nothing. So I wouldn't want to go like extremely northern,
Southish.
but
Yeah, kind of in the central area.
north versus south is difficult,
Even-
and it did pay off that it was relatively close to the central area.
know.
So
Swoop knows more than we do.
We sh
300 points of
300
damage.
370
to go in the
points.
Second game.
very close.
They simply are built different.
Nothing here.
All right, do we remember what that sign is, everybody? Yellow sign with thin red outlines is going to give us a Poland guess, but this
Yeah.
has functionally no other information.
Yes, that's correct. Poland does have this like thin red line around the yellow, but like I mentioned earlier, it's like not 100% consistent. This was Poland. I mean, it is more accurate than not. I definitely did not pick up this was a like very thin border. I was looking at this building or village exit sign, and I think I was thinking Hungary or something because I feel like I'd seen those there. I feel like typically in Poland you don't get this, and you get like the name of the village with a slash through it.
We'll
So I wasn't
see
really confident in
how
Poland
this
here.
player goes. We have a smallish lake to our south.
But yeah,
southeast-ish.
it felt Eastern European. I don't really have a reason why I went Croatia or anything, but
You know every deer?
um
Do you
Yeah, I
think
know every
swooce
deer
knows?
on Earth.
the Poles weren't distinctly Polish either, so I
Maybe
wasn't
I'm
sure,
not.
but
Not
we were
sure.
both pretty
I mean,
far
both
off on
players
this one.
are, right? Oh, maybe not.
Ooh, just a lot
Oh.
of opportunity there. I feel
Look,
like
I
that
threw
is-
for
that is a clue
content,
that both
clearly,
these players should know and
so I
see.
can get this round. So obviously US.
Del Monte.
Immediately looking at this palm, I think SoCal. But seeing that at least 2 cars don't have front plates, it shouldn't be California. There's a chance, but it probably isn't. So it's almost certainly going to be Arizona or New Mexico, just because of the big palm, the general warm climate, these like kind of the Pueblo-esque architecture here, where this like fence.
All right.
Um,
the good old US of
America.
A.
Other than that, so main thing here, I see LC, municipal code. I figured LC was a county, like Lake County or something, I don't know. But, so I kind of put this away to not really think about it.
I mean, the US is massive, so Swoosh going to need to get a close
Was
guess
like,
here.
whatever.
Otherwise,
But-
you know, Swoosh still can lose this round.
3x damage against.
Yeah, I knew almost assuredly that I would not have lost on this round unless they 5K'd it and I like went the complete wrong side of the state, because I knew it was going to be some flavor of Arizona or New Mexico.
1600 is
But-
the key. Fun guesses or fun things in the U.S. License plates, the trash cans, very.
Where,
But yeah, other than that, not much info.
Yeah.
So I scan southern
Here,
US.
Here, so that,
I look into Mexico, I see Las Cruces, which is hardly visible. It's very south here.
it's definitely in the south.
I-
somewhere, yeah.
I remember LC on the sign. It was like, oh, that can just mean Las Cruces. That makes sense.
It looks like anywhere from Southern California to the New Mexico region. However,
And kind of just
not
hoped.
having front plates.
I
does
wasn't sure.
cut that
Scanned
down.
for the
Was that
actual
California?
road
they're
name,
just
which was this
illegal.
Del Monte in Colorado. Not findable,
Or
but
both of those cars drove.
eventually noticed that I'm right next to a park. There's only so many
It is
parks,
At
Trying
least
to find
somewhat
any
green.
and I'd hoped that was a
Yeah.
park on the map,
Really not
and it
too
was,
much.
luckily, so
No, the,
was able to get the 5K.
Maybe one clue right there, and it's very
Which neither
niche,
commentator
is
noticed.
That there's no area code on that
Yeah, and then found the 5K.
on that phone number there. So
Knew it
could
was
be
over because I
slightly
knew they
less
weren't in the
dense
right town,
region.
so that
Swoosh
was
in Arizona.
confident.
Ooh.
No comment on the 5K.
Las Cruces.
A little
All right,
disappointed,
Swoosh with
but that's okay.
2 points here in our best of 5. Swoosh is 1 game away.
GDQ.
Next round.
To GameIt to get some lucky guesses and
Chinese text.
not gonna
Driving on the right.
help when you have a lot of signs.
Knew it was
around you.
Taiwan. A lot of info here for Taiwan.
Is this like Hong Kong or something?
I was wondering
So yeah, this, I think it was Gonghua Second Road,
if it's going to be Hong
Was the
Kong.
main
I don't
road we
think
were
have the
on.
Colored taxis for it. I think.
and
this is
then Yingda Street was like the
just
cross, or
according
Yingde Street.
Taiwan guess.
So hard to read here. Basically impossible to read here. This was some museum. And it did say the name of the town, which was whatever it
I don't think there's
was.
enough indicators.
Kaohsiung
for
in the
Macau
south or
Hong
something.
Kong, the two kind of territories that
Yeah,
use
so
coverage.
it did
Macau
say
definitely has some
Kaohsiung.
Portuguese.
So I knew it was there, and I'd wanted to 5K because I knew it was 5Kable, and I figured they would have found the city name on that as well, so I wasn't really concerned about getting a guess in quickly. The weird thing was this Guanghua Second Road is just an extension of First Road and Third Road. So I found First Road pretty quickly and didn't realize that as it went more south, it would just become Second Road. So it took a long time to actually 5K it, but
1,000-ish in
he hadn't
Taiwan.
guessed, so
Yeah, look, it's
yeah.
5,000.
So good
points
5K
for
there.
Swoops. Perfect
yeah,
guess.
16 yards away. First 5K of the night.
Unfortunately, not the first
In the
5K of the night,
finals,
but that's
in the
okay.
last
In
game.
potential,
2 back-to-back 5Ks. This one could have been a 5K as well.
potentially the last game.
I guess it wasn't readable because I don't think they mentioned, like, I don't think the commentators mentioned, like, how quickly we both found the right area. This just said Long Beach, I'm pretty sure. One of these words said Long Beach on this sign, and yeah, seeing it, it's not readable, but, I knew where Long Beach was, just on Long Island, and,
I'm not sure, but it looks like both players.
we both found it.
Did I just miss Long Island somewhere? Does it say Long Island?
Might be the 516. Unsure.
Yeah, there's no way. If we both knew that area code, that would be very funny. But yeah, the sign did just say Long Beach. It just wasn't seeable to the comms.
Hey, maybe we can get a double 5.
I didn't really bother lining it up too hard. I knew it was a north-south road. I couldn't find that Monarch Beverages anywhere. It was a tiny POI at the end of the day, so I didn't really care. And we were very close and same score. So overall, I was definitely looking at this road, but the Monarch Beverages POI still isn't visible here. So like,
Goodness.
it took a very big zoom to find it.
49.98 for both of them.
So yeah, that was the first, that was only tie in the tournament as well. So 2 5Ks into a tie was very funny.
Literally no damage.
So this one, this one I definitely had the recency of Colombia in mind and was like, I've seen something like this before. It's just Colombia. It was wrong. I want to see if there was the Sri Lanka card visible. Not really. Okay. So,
Literally no damage.
yeah. So I insta-locked Colombia because, I don't know, it looked like the Colombia rounds we had before. It wasn't.
No information.
But I'm happy that we both went there. There was no other info here as far as I'm aware.
Not wager a guess very well. Swooce
This was a
has,
hard
though,
one.
dropping it in northern Colombia.
Yeah, very fast Colombia from Swooce here. Probably trying to
Yeah, they
put
went
pressure
Brazil,
on it
whatever.
for those close guesses.
I'm never getting Sri Lanka there. Like, that's a really hard
Also
ground.
0 damage. I want to point out they got 2.
Very nice.
Cool.
Very nice 5.
So, this was one of those rounds where you know the other person knows, and then you just try and out-hedge them. This was somewhere in
Just as you
Philippines.
said.
There was eventually info that had the actual town name, but yeah, it said something north. I don't remember exactly what it was, but this was a really long round. It was not
In the
findable,
Philippines, information on
but obviously we knew it was
Standing at
Philippines.
this point, too much damage either way. Matter of
So
Yeah,
as
it
always,
doesn't
I
look like
clicked
anybody's
I clicked
quite
near
able to find it so
near
far.
capital.
Flying
Capital.
very down.
Yeah, click
Swooce
near
has got
population.
10 up,
North
and
Luzon, whatever.
after
It's so impossible to find. It was just like a 7-Eleven POI that told you the town
2
name.
minutes of
Like,
effort,
I'm not mad I didn't find that.
Incredible.
That was a hard location.
Good safe guesses. Gonna push us now into the multiplier rounds.
So this one, going back to what I was talking about before in Brazil. I think this actually was the last round because I had a really good guess with multis.
a holy pole of
So the car being the white car was odd. You typically don't get that in Brazil, but this was a Brazil pole. I wasn't 100% sure, so it took me a bit to kind of get myself to it, but it has like the typical indents in it, the couple like individual segments. There's no crossbar on top, which I definitely took note of.
Brazil poles, perhaps.
Sun's in the north.
Yeah, so the sun was south here, which was...
Sun is.
There's a massive smudge
south.
right there on the camera, right
Yeah,
there.
so I'm pretty sure sun was
Good
south.
players
Not
know.
sure. Yeah, not sure if that'll be.
Yeah, so the lack of supports on the Brazil pole, and obviously the Brazil pole, the sun being in the south, while I was confident that it was Brazil, put me in this very northern area, as well as the crossbars. Because I'd mentioned it in commentary, I don't know if I like actually let it play, but a lot of the times when you're near the equator, like within some tropic lines, like within some amount of latitude, the sun direction isn't always accurate. So in this case, the sun was in the south, which should imply the northern hemisphere. But because we were close enough to the equator, it being in the southern hemisphere is also like a valid area within that little band of latitude. So I wasn't too dissuaded from the sun here, even though it was kind of like a baity location, or a baity sun direction. But everything else made sense. I went near Bahia because, in my experience, Bahia really looks like Mexico. And there were a lot of cacti and stuff here. So I went that region,
Indicative of anything.
and
I believe that was a Brazil
it was
pole,
enough. So
Yeah, sun's in the south, so it shouldn't be too far south in Brazil. I like this
yeah.
kind of northeast.
but yeah, this car, you like never see this car in Brazil. So I mean, I kind of just ignored it. I didn't really, I mean, with the typical Brazil pole, I mean, it should just be
region.
there. But I was just
Those
making
polls are
sure, kind of
obscured
weighing
by
all my
trees a little
options,
bit,
but yeah. So I think because the sun was south, GameIt went Portugal, which was unfortunately incorrect. But yeah, the general rolling hills. I mean, you go eastern
definitely hard one.
Brazil.
Yep, looking in the northern
He was looking at
hemisphere
Brazil.
right below.
He almost went Brazil,
Yeah,
so
I
it could have gone
GameIt's
longer.
definitely
But
questioning. It's like, well, I see that pole, but there's not that much coverage up there. So
yeah, the sun did him in,
That
unfortunately.
kind of cactus doesn't feel Brazilian, maybe. Me, but the pole.
Yeah, I'm happy
I
I
don't know.
stuck to it.
The
It didn't
power
go
pole's very
anywhere
low,
else.
So I am trusting. Ooh,
yeah,
getting
I guess
divergence.
GameIt looking at Spain here.
Kind of
perhaps?
trusting that. Kind of trusting it.
I feel like
Okay, I
Mexico
very
is
much went
the
North
place that
Coast.
has the most cacti.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
But I feel like this pole is not Mexico.
I wanna go.
Oh, maybe
Commentators
you're
knew.
thinking Portugal because of
Yeah.
its relation.
There
but
it
yeah,
is,
smooth
northeast.
very
That was
nice
it.
guess.
That was
I
GG.
think the,
So
sun definitely
quick
played a
5
part
rounder.
in,
But yeah,
that.
after the game it was like, that was a very baity sun, and I'm like, yeah, it was not obvious, but everything else just made sense for Brazil. So all right, we made it. It's gonna be a 2.5 hour video. So
I agree.
Very
cool.
nicely done from Smooth.
My final words are nothing. So if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this analysis. Yeah, I will probably host a tournament next event, so be there, I guess, or don't, or do. I don't know. See ya.